Show. Howard 101.
Jay Thomas, the host. Jay Thomas, the host.
I can't stand it, I tell you. I love you guys are the best.
Jay Thomas Show.
It's the weirdest and the wildest. Horrible. Call 888-STERN-101.
Your name is?
Jay Thomas.
The Jay Thomas Show.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Jay Thomas.
All right. We've been here for hours, just, bullshitting.
Good morning, Jay Thomas.
Good morning, Gianna. Once I had I used to go and I worked at a lot of different stations, and so the program director and all these people would go, okay, now, what should we do? And they want to run these promos and tell people you're coming, and I used to go, no, don't do any of that. Don't. I mean, who cares? Like, whenever you heard that a new person was coming, like the ridiculous woman that's on the Today Show now, Savannah. She's a complete, zero, typical blonde.
She's not blonde anymore.
Whatever she, light skinned, un-minority, person, and she's boring. So they ran promos, right? Like Katie Couric was coming back or something, right then. So I used to always say to the program director, no, we just sign on, and I act like I've been there for forever. like let's say the town's never heard of me, and I go, okay, yeah, the Jay Thomas Show. So look, and just start talking. And I always thought that was, and people would call up and go, hey, where's Ben Crest? I go, never heard of him. Don't know who he is. I did it at Sirius. They had a guy on, this is almost 8 years ago now. They had some guy on doing financial stuff. And so I just came in the studio, and so I started talking, and a guy called up and says, hey, where's Jim? And I said, I don't know who Jim is. And he goes, sure, and he started asking me some financial question, which I just made up an answer. And there was no coming soon, to satellite radio. Who gives a shit? Right?
Right.
I want to go around the horn.
Wow. He's a midget.
7:01. We're on
all right. Okay, hold on. I'm not going to ask the question. I'm going to answer. Gianna, just give me any answer. It's a spiritual answer, Gianna, and then I'll ask the question in a few minutes. Okay. What would be your answer? It's a spiritual answer. Someone that did something spiritually for others.
Mm-hmm. Put money in their meters.
They put money in their meters. Garrett, write these down, please.
All right.
Put money in their meters. All right. Al, this is an easy one. You don't have to be nervous. There is no question.
He's already nervous.
There will be one in a little while.
Or it's the hardest one ever.
Yeah.
Because there's no question.
No. And I will say that put money in their meters is not a bad answer.
Wow. Oh, my God.
It is a spiritual.
One ever.
So there's no wrong answer is what you're saying to this.
No, you know what? I believe that the answer has to be in service of others. Okay?
All right.
In service of others is the answer. By the way, if you want to call 888-783-7610, we will allow you in on this first ever right away within 2 minutes and 58 seconds around the horn. For those of you that may have never listened to the show before, we do the silly thing around the horn where we ask people the answer to a question I normally ask. But today, I've come out of the box with an entirely new and amazing idea where I just say something that gives you maybe an idea what might be coming.
And for those of you listening who don't like this idea, just so you know, this tested really well.
It's done well. It's done well in the afternoon.
Sure.
It's a big turnout. So, Al, what do you think it is? It's in service of others. I'm going to add a clue after you answer, Al. I'm going to add a clue, okay?
All right. Butt chugging.
Butt chugging. Okay, now write them down. Now somebody write these
writing it down.
This is like the Jay Thomas Show Mad Libs, is what we're
That's
doing
right. It is. It's very, very close. Let me add to it. It is in service, something done in service. And Garrett Andritz will be very interested in this.
Lumpy. Wow.
Yeah. Do we have an intern in the back there? Someone answering the phone today?
Dan the man.
Tall
Dan,
man.
please come forward. Have you heard the criteria, Dan? By the way, Dan, how excited are you to be added to Around the Horn?
I am so ecstatic. It's not even funny.
It's unbelievable. Did you know what this was before it started?
I did it Around the Horn before with you, actually.
Well, you see
Remember
how forgettable you are. So go ahead, Dan. Go ahead. What was your answer before?
What was the exact criteria?
No, what was the answer before?
Was it Al's answer?
No, what
your
was your
answer.
past Around the Horn answer?
The first one.
I don't even remember what that was.
You have no idea?
Join the club.
You know,
None
he
of us.
does.
I don't remember when I lost my virginity either. It's okay.
Hey, you know what's funny, Shuli? He sounds like Baba Booey.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of
Gary
white man,
talks
black
much.
The little southern Jersey.
No, the white man, black man talk. That's what it sounds like.
The white man, black man talk.
White
It's
man,
white man, black man talk.
Hi, I'm here
Yeah,
for
it's
my job interview, motherfucker.
Is that Obama
Like
talk?
that?
No, it's kind of a heaviness. It's a heaviness in the speech. It's not what they say. It's just, it sounds like it's, like you've heard of transsexuals, people are in transition. It sounds like Gary and.
So is he
and,
pre-op or post-op black guy?
I don't know. They're in the transition between big, huge,
He's taking
rough
hormones?
black man and white man. Yeah, they're in transition.
So you're saying I'm transsexual or trans?
No,
Trans-race.
transracial. You're transracial.
He's
What is
got-
your name again? What is your name again?
Dan.
You're not allowed to do this now. Go in the back. You're not allowed.
You've banned
Go in the
yourself.
back. Yeah, you banned yourself. Okay.
No
and
mulattoes can do this.
I didn't say mulatto. Let's see, that's awful. So let's go, Shuli. It's a spiritual service that someone will provide that will be the answer. What is the spiritual
I'm going to tell you.
service?
I'm going to tell you the answer I'm not going with that I originally
Sure.
thought of.
By the way, this could be. I'm going to add this to you. I'm going to add to yours. I'm going to add you Netanyahu. I'm going to add Garrett Andritz. Something spiritually done, and for you, I'm going to add Netanyahu.
So my original answer was going to be hand jobs for hugs.
Okay, there you go. Stop right there. No, stop right there. No,
want
add
that
that to the
one.
list. Add that because you you get to sit with Howard now and in the back on a stool. You get 2 around the horns because you're a big deal.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I'm not going to
Thanks for
argue
showing
with
up
that.
the last 3 Wednesdays, prick. But go ahead. And by the way, don't be sending my ass any bills for those Wednesdays. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I haven't sent a bill in 2 years.
You know what? You and Pharrell, don't let the fucking door hit your ass on the way out. How's that sound? Yeah, fuck Pharrell.
I'm just going down the hall.
You want to quit and get another job and get the fuck out like that. I'm one of those. Jay, I'd like to talk to you for a minute. I'm thinking, get the fuck out. You're not a team player anymore. Go ahead. You have, what is it?
So my answer 1A would be paying attention to the balls while giving a blowjob.
Paying attention to the balls
That's
while giving a
spiritual
blowjob.
service?
Well,
Okay.
just ask any guy out there.
Now, what was the first one? Was actually better. What was the
Hand
first
jobs
one?
for hugs.
There you go. Keep hand jobs for hugs.
All right.
You know, it's like in school. Your very first answer is your best. Let's go before we end up with Garrett. Let's go now around. We're going to go now to normal people that are listening right now. Let's go to Mike, who's in Phoenix. Mike, it's a spiritual answer. It's something that would lift the spirits of someone. Garrett Andrus will be very interested in this. And then for Shuli, I put the Netanyahu was the
Yeah.
and then in a few moments, I'll tell you what the Around the Horn has to, what the question would have been. Go ahead, Mike.
It'd be great if you never address the question. We
No,
just
I
move
will.
on
I
with
will.
the show.
I'm not that nuts. I've done that before. Go ahead, Mike. Yeah, I've forgotten. Mike, go ahead.
What's up, Mr. Thomas?
Don't do the fucking what's up and all that. Just give me the answer.
What?
No talking.
Okay, put down. What? Okay, get rid of his ass. Get rid of him. What?
I'm going to be pissed if that
Thought
guy
I'm
wins.
gonna win something.
If he wins, I'm going to be pissed.
That's actually the answer.
The answer is what?
Let's go to Rich, who's in New Jersey. Yes, Rich, go ahead. You know, everyone's listening. They can't wait to call and talk about Around the Horn. Yes, go ahead, Rich.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Good. Hey, the new season of Treme just kicked off. I wanted to get your comments on it.
That's your answer, sir?
I don't want to write
My
that down.
opinion is less black people.
Oh, my God.
Thank you very much.
He's asking
Thank
about the
you very
TV
much.
show, Jay.
There you go. That's the answer to that Around the Horn. Okay, that's for later. Okay, that's for later. I don't watch Treme. I mean, every time I turn it on, I go, I'm not in it, so fuck them also. Let's go to Mark of Pittsburgh. Hello, Mark. It's Jay Thomas, and we'll end this misery, I think, after you. What would be your answer to Around the Horn?
Somebody donated vibrators to the local women's shelter.
Hold on. Donated vibrators to the local women's shelter. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There it is. Let's go to George of Oklahoma. Yes, George, go ahead, and then we'll have the answer. Go ahead, George.
While giving a lap dance, Jay, the stripper ruptured the man's bladder.
While giving a lap dance, it needs to be a service that a person provided. That's
Lap dance.
Well, she's providing the service and she's relieving that pressure.
So, while giving a lap, forget the stripper, gives lap dances. It needs to be. I'm going to ask about a specific person. They did what and what. So, we'll take this answer, but we'll have to edit it a little bit. All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
All right.
Jay.
You know what, Garrett? One day you'll have your own show, and someone will snicker at your shit.
No, I won't.
You know, how do you think that makes me feel? You're a bully. You know that?
I
You're a
snickered
bully.
at the idea that
You
he
ought to
has
watch
his own
that
show
Dr.
one
Drew
day.
show about bullies today. Okay. I'd love a guy to get up, just knock him out, wouldn't you? Right in the middle of a bully show. Hey, Drew, you killed my sister. Let's go to Buddy Lee of Trenton. Hello, Buddy Lee. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. How are we today?
Hello, buddy.
Good. What is the spiritual service? And then
A spiritual service would be self-felching.
Self-felching. I like that.
What is a felch? What is a felch?
A felch, very simply, Jay, a felch is when you, I believe, ejaculate in a woman's bunghole. Then put a straw in and suck it out.
And self-felching.
Yeah.
It's a long
Thank you
straw.
very much. And Garrett,
those bendy ones.
all right, here we go. Here's the question. Tim Tebow, who many people think may end up being the Jets quarterback very soon, because this guy Sanchez can't play quarterback. That's the biggest problem. Tebow, of course, goes on these evangelical missionary trips to the Philippines, where his parents, where they actually the little Filipino people think they're some sort of gods, right? He spreads the gospel, and also Tebow does what for children, Garrett?
I had.
Can we all keep our first answer?
Yeah. Tebow spreads the gospel and does what for children?
Gives them immaculate ejaculations.
He gives them immaculate ejaculations. Let's go to answer number one, please, if you would read it out. Tebow gives the little children of the Philippines what? What does he do for them?
He puts money in their meters.
What else? What's another answer? That's not correct.
It's a cute way of saying what you just said, Garrett. It's a very
He what?
preschool
Remember
show.
now, Netanyahu is a very big part of this answer. So go ahead. He does what? Al, get all kind of sound effects and shit ready when I give the big answer.
I have confetti
Because it
ready,
won't be
Jay.
that funny, and it'll make it sound a lot better. What's that, Garrett? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He teaches them butt chugging.
But he teaches the boys and girls butt chugging.
No, kids, you're doing it wrong. Watch me.
Give me another one, please.
Hand jobs for hugs.
Besides spreading the gospel, Tim
Netanyahu style.
Tebow gives. Is that it? Are those all the answers?
No, we have 5 more.
Oh, sorry.
Then why would you do that, Al? Why would you have the big drum? Well, that's okay. You know what, Al? But now you have to have something.
Keep it going for the next 5, Al. Just keep
So
that
go
drum.
ahead. Give me the drum roll again, please.
Number 5.
Okay, Garrett, anytime. Here we go. What? He spreads the gospel, and then Tebow goes, what?
To the kids.
Okay. Yes, to the children. What else?
Hey, Jay, season 2 of Treme starting. Are you going to watch it?
Okay. He turns to one of the little Filipino kids. And he says, and what's another one?
The weird part is the Filipino kid goes, too many black people.
He donated vibrators to a women's shelter.
That's right. As soon as he spread the gospel,
By
he
the
was
way,
vibrating
sounds
to
like
women.
a great prank. Yeah.
What else? What else could he have done?
He gave lap dances to the children and ruptured their bladder.
You know why? That's because he's so big, right? He's so huge. He's like, what, 6'5", 260 or whatever. What else?
And finally, he taught them self-felching.
Okay. This comes from Time Magazine, and I was stunned when I read this. This big article about the quarterback controversy or whatever. Tebow accompanied his father, Bob, an evangelical missionary, on a trip to the Philippines where they spread the gospel. And Tebow circumcised children.
Come on.
Yep. And then the next sentence, it's just like the guy didn't say it. Last year, he led the Broncos to several victories. Just like he never said it. Like, I'm reading this thing and I'm going, this is kind of interesting. And they were talking about how Sanchez, was like nervous and they're yelling for Tebow. And I think this article was written like after the second game or something. And it just throws stuff in there about Tebow, how big he is and what he looks like and how he acts. And it just says that he spread the gospel and he circumcised children.
What does that have to do with the other?
So wait a minute. Not only is he a starting, he can be a starting QB on any team. He can run the wishbone, and he's a moil on the side as well. He does circumcisions.
Does he kiss it too at the end?
Great question.
I don't know if he kisses it, Garrett. I have no idea. Let's go to Todd of Virginia. Yes, Todd, you have something to say about Around the Horn. What is it, Todd?
Yeah, Jay, Around the Horn is already taken and copyrighted. You can't be no more original than that. No wonder your hack ass.
Who has Around the Horn? Who does that? Who has that and it's copyrighted?
It's a sports show.
It's a show on ESPN.
Oh, please. That's
it is?
Really?
Show.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Jay Thomas has been on the radio
How many
30
hosts
years.
How many hosts does, try not to help me, okay, Gianna? Todd, how many hosts does Around the Horn have?
There's two.
Okay. Here, let's go around the horn with Todd. You ready? All right. How many of the host's dicks can Todd get in his mouth? Shirley?
I'm going to say both, too. I'm going to say
both dicks.
Two. Yeah.
Gianna, how many dicks can Todd take up his ass from the host of Around the Horn?
2 with room to spare.
2 with room to spare. Bring the intern back in, would you please?
Dan, you're back on.
Yeah. Dan?
The whole defensive line of the New York Giants.
He can put no, that's not the question. How much sperm from the host can you spit into Todd's mouth?
As much as he wants.
There you go. Todd, there you go. Welcome to Around the Horn, Todd.
Hey, they're not doing that segment on ESPN.
Shut up, Ken. I don't give a shit. Shut up.
I haven't seen an episode on ESPN where they talk about that. So
no. Adam is in Arizona. Call us at 888-STERN-101. Yes, it's the morning show. Still the cream in your coffee.
7:17. We're talking about
7:17. Good morning, everybody. Ira, the weatherman, will be here in about an hour and a half. By that time, you won't give a shit about the weather. That's why we bring him on late. Adam, go ahead. Yes, sir.
What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
You've been telling all these stories about butt chugging lately.
Yeah.
And you had a guy call up the other day and said he smoked marijuana out of his ass, right?
That's right. For those of you who haven't been following, wait a minute. A boy almost died at Pi Tap a Keg in My Ass fraternity in Tennessee. And they claim that a tube was placed up his rectum, and 3 to 6 times the amount of alcohol that you would normally get goes into your system, is absorbed, and they've denied it. But of course, apparently the police took down a bunch of witnesses' statements and stuff. So Adam, I've never heard of butt chugging until like about 10 days ago. What do you know about it?
Well, you had a guy call up the other day and said he smoked marijuana out of his ass, and he was joking around. Yeah. But I got a true story about that.
Well, what I was saying was, how do you suck the smoke in using your anus.
And where's the carb? That's what I want to know.
I don't think you have that sucking ability. You have the outblow ability.
As long as you create a seal, Jay, I think you're all right.
Really? Yes, Adam, go ahead.
When I was in college, my roommate told me he's going to show me how to get high by smoking weed out of my ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he told me.
By the way, that's when I pack up my shit and start moving to a new dorm. This is what my room. I'm like, dude, how about just rolling a joint? Why do I got to get my ass involved in getting high? Like, what?
Hey, Mom, Dad, I think I will take a single room.
Yeah, I mean, and another thing, Tennessee loves ass play. I saw it in a brochure, and a lot of the stories you hear about people shoving things in other people's asses, it's from Tennessee.
You know what? I lived in Tennessee twice. I enjoyed myself when I was there.
See?
Yeah, sure you did.
Now, Adam, what university was this that your roommate, was it little Jerry Sandusky? What school was it that you went to?
ASU, brother, ASU.
Arizona State.
Of course,
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so the guy says he wants you to put marijuana in your rear end. Was it just to shove it up in there or actually put the smoke up in there?
No, he told me, pull my pants down, bend over, and he's going to show me how to fucking get high with weed out of my ass. So I pulled my pants down. I pulled my pants down, bent over.
Yeah.
He taped a joint to his dick and fucked me in the ass.
All right. Let's hear it for Adam of Arizona. Thank you very much. Okay, get rid of him. Stop him.
Are you still at the Ventura Comedy Festival?
Yeah, right.
No, they're very funny. The first day you made it sound like there was a real, crowd there, and then you made sure that everyone knew it was fake.
Especially when everybody's posting pictures of you and the wait staff hanging out.
Let's go we were in long before the wait staff, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Cole of Texas. Yes, Cole, go ahead.
Jay, you got to quit doing that around the horn, man. It's boring. It brings the show to a grinding halt. Jay.
Every time you complain, I'm going to bring the show to a grinding halt.
This is a halt, sir.
Yeah, you've halted. Yeah, you want to know something? Around the horn, there's never silence like that. You've brought this show to a grinding halt. I hope you're happy. All right, that'll be enough. That'll be enough of him. That's enough of him.
I think we all learned our lesson.
We sure did right there. Tommy of Malden. What is Malden? That's the worst sounding town I've ever heard.
I think it's
Maybe
Malden.
it isn't a real.
It's Malden, my friend.
Where is Malden?
Just outside of Boston. It's the home of Norman Greenbaum.
Boston.
Oh, Canned Ham?
Spirit in the Sky.
Spirit in the Sky. Who did Canned Ham? I thought he did that too.
Canned Heat, maybe.
No, there's one Canned Ham, Norman Greenbaum. I think he sings about ham.
He must have had another hit.
All right, Tom.
Anyway, Tebow, before he played for the Jets, used to play. Sandusky was an assistant under Coach Bendova, and he buys Bibles.
Get rid of him. It's not good. Stop it.
You're right about Canned Ham, Norman Greenbaum.
Thank you very much. That's because it was a
Google
Jewish guy.
Garrett,
would you agree that your boy Sanchez is completely distracted and blinded by vagina at this point? Because the guy started out good, right? First game. Then reports started coming out that he's banging this Ava Longoria, and it's been all downhill ever since.
That's true. Maybe. He just stinks.
Now, I said this when he got. I live out here in California, and however many years he's been a Jet. What, 3 years now, something like that.
Fourth year.
Okay, so 5 years ago, I go to the Rose Bowl. They play against Penn State.
Right.
Go to the game and watching it, and Penn State looked like they were 10-1. They looked like a high school team. And Sanchez had these giant wide receivers. Each guy was like 6'5", 6'6", and these massive guys in front of him. No one could get near him. And I remember, my buddy Frank. I was going, my God, he's good, but look at everything he's got. All of these guys that can throw the football with that kind of protection, and these giant guys. And the coach told him, I don't think you ought to go pro yet. You're not ready yet. And he needed the money or whatever. What's so funny is when you see his brother, like I saw his brother at, what is it, Naboo? What is it? Nobu. No, I saw Howard did. Remember that, Gianna?
Brother. Of course I remember.
Tebow's brother was down there with him.
It was the only time you've been lit up that someone knew your career. Should have been there, Garrett.
You know what?
Water,
that's coming from, that's her new book is Fab, over 40, fit, and trying to find a fucking job. It's all with F's. All of it.
It was very cute.
But his brother looked really like, put together with an expensive suit and the whole thing. But I read that he made the deal so that he could kind of help his family and stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. And to make this big money, earlier rather than later. So I'm sorry to tell you this, Garrett, but he wasn't that good in college and he wasn't ready. Just wasn't ready.
He only took him to AFC Championship game 2 years in a row.
In that division that year, very easy.
Oh, yeah, like the Patriots.
Oh, please. Please. Tom Brady was, remember the year I said Tom Brady was tired and he was just so sick of being famous. He just said, I'm not going to the playoffs. I'm not going to the playoffs this year. By the way, there was a press conference held in Tennessee. One of the attorneys was a member of this fraternity, which has been suspended and the I guess the fraternity house has been padlocked. And so there was a news conference. Al, would run the news conference.
I hear you can still get in that fraternity from the back door.
Come on, buddy.
So here we go, Al. Let's listen to the news
press statement today. He adopts, and I would like to say from the very beginning, at the time when George Bach was right here, and was the president of Pi Kappa Alpha on this campus. When Mr. Bach went into his hospital room at the University of Tennessee Medical Center, he asked Xander if he had been butt chugging. And Xander's comment was, "What in the world is that?" I appeared about 30 minutes later, along with the chapter advisor of Pi Kappa Alpha.
With a spotter.
And I informed him that the reason that I was there was to ask him whether or not he had been involved in an activity called butt chugging.
Somebody had to type
me like I'd lost my mind and said, "What is that?" And ladies and gentlemen, that is the first time that he had ever heard of the two words, butt chugging, which have now become two famous words across the United States and across the world.
The greatest press conference ever.
Ever. It's like on the side of the road.
Broughton, it is Broughton, not Broughton. It's Broughton, Scotch.
Thanks.
Yeah. Denies each and every allegation whatsoever that
his asshole exists it only
inferred that he may be a gay man. Oh. He is a straight man.
Oh my God.
And he thinks that the idea and the concept of butt chugging is absolutely wholesome.
And a little funny.
And the only reason that we're standing here is because the University of Tennessee, its officials, and the University of Tennessee Medical Center, and especially the University of Tennessee Police Department, has provided false and incorrect information and has perpetuated that this entire week. And this entire media frenzy has been caused by the people who I'm standing before today. Shame on you for having reported lies and incorrect information about my client.
Right.
Now, he's going to make a statement in a minute.
Oh, great.
What's a statement?
Before we
The
do
kid
that,
that got his ass butt chugged.
I want to make a statement
Allegedly.
on his behalf that is in this press release.
Right.
And I'm speaking on behalf of Xander right now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press,
Now,
I'm no
we're
fag.
progressive.
Thank you. Have a good day.
By the way, apparently in Tennessee, you always have a press conference at a bus stop.
You always have a press conference to ensure people you're not gay.
To suspend its recognition as a recognized University of Tennessee organization.
I like the Secret Service guy on the left.
First, I want to state that neither I nor any member of
Kappa
my
Butta Chugga
have ever been involved in butt chucking or the use of alcohol enemas. These allegations have not only tarnished these allegations have not only tarnished and attempted to destroy my life,
they tarnished my
all
butthole.
the lives of the men of Pi Kappa Alpha at the University of Tennessee, and they are standing here today with
Can you spin forward to the kid that had the tube up his ass, please?
Yep.
Thank you, Dan. On Friday, September 21st, 2012, I made a bad choice regarding drinking. That decision almost cost me my life. However, the scandalous accusations surrounding that event never happened, and I completely deny them. The inaccurate reporting this past week has caused me to question institutions that most of us accept as truthful. I am now concerned that organizations we as students and citizens trust may not have our best interests as
He sounds drunk now, in my opinion.
Let me smell your ass. Have you been drinking?
Allegedly.
And to punish those individuals and institutions responsible for the lies that have been spread around the world. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. That's the press conference. Now, do you think that for as long as this guy lives, if he stays around Tennessee, no matter what office he walks in, what's his name? Do we have a name on this guy?
The butt-chugging guy.
Xander.
Right. But he has a last name. I think is his last name Alexander. No, his name is Xander Broughton. Okay. So let's say Xander is a straight A student and goes on and he becomes an attorney, surely. And one day you're in Knoxville and he walks in the room across the courtroom and I happen to be your attorney. You know what I'm going to say to you, right? That's the guy that put the tube up his ass.
Yeah.
Allegedly. At UT. Yeah, that's the butt chugger. Alleged butt chugger over there.
That's the guy who had a lawyer read a butt chugging press release.
I mean, I'm no expert in management of reputations, but shouldn't you just kind of let it blow over?
Well, in about 25 years, he'll be married with kids, and he'll save some of the clippings. His kids will open up this box.
The only reason I wish it was me involved in this story is just for all the one-liners I could read at that press conference. Just, did I drink out of my ass? Yes. Did it taste like shit? You bet. Boom. One after the other all day. Just having a field day with this.
There's
kids embarrassed.
He's admitting he did it, but he's not gay. Is that the story?
No, he drank.
He's denying.
He drank, but he didn't butt chug.
Yeah, right. Here's what happened. The female cop comes to the fraternity because I guess 911 was called. The guy was, I don't know what, not breathing or in trouble. So the woman comes in, and in her notes there's shit or something on the floor, like crap is on the floor all over the place, and there's rubber tubes. And she questions somebody, and they say, well, this is what was happening. My question is, you're a cop, Gianna, you're a cop.
Yes.
That's the first thing you write down and start making up lies as soon as you walk in a fraternity house? I bet you the cop never heard of butt chugging either.
Oh, I know. If this kid played in the XFL, the name on the back of his jersey would be Butt Chugger. It would be awesome.
There's an article, 9 Great Wines for Butt Chugging.
The wine they used is Franzia Sunset Blush.
Not Foreplay or Plunger Head Zinfandel. These are actual real wines.
Well, there's a wine called Menage a Trois.
Penetration Cabernet.
Penetration Cabernet.
There's a Dr. Ruth wine out now.
Yeah.
It's a tiny bottle.
In a few moments, Cindy Gallup, who is actually considered like a really smart person, has a make love, not porn. Now,
the hell's that about?
Garrett, does this woman say take pictures of you and your husband making love and not porn and then put it on television?
She doesn't personally. She has a website where you can video yourself making real love and put it up to show that people don't make love like they do in the porn.
So it's a website for fat people. It's a website for fatties, right?
No, she's like this cougar type that bangs younger guys. And
Will she admit to that when she comes on?
Oh, yeah. That's what her whole talk is about, how she started banging younger guys, and they all try to do porn moves. And she was like, what's going on?
All in the name of education.
Yes.
She is inspired by Elizabeth Salander, the character in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Wasn't she tied up and raped, anally raped?
I think she only takes her dress from that woman. Not the other parts, yeah.
You'll like this, Gianna.
Yes.
She wrote she gave a talk at TED, which is this,
I'm familiar, the TEDx.
Yeah, this, everything else. The Tomboy Manifesto, why older woman plus younger man is the relationship model of the future. And she argued that while deemed socially unacceptable, it's an ideal
unacceptable
thing. No, because the young men are not at their peak until they're older, and the women are at their peak. So let's say the guy is 25 and the woman is 40. She is at her peak.
Well, I'm going to go down a checklist of certain things that happen in the bedroom, and I want to see if she's done them, because if she answers yes to any of them, then she's done porn.
Would that be felching?
MakeLoveNotPorn.com, and the woman's name is Cindy Gallop. God forbid. Gallop like a horse, bitch. Gallop like a horse.
And she's coming down the stretch.
Your name is Jay Thomas. Jay Thomas. Howard 101.
MakeLoveNotPorn.com and MakeLoveNotPorn.tv for the YouTube. Cindy Gallop, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Jay.
Good. Now you live in Chelsea, right there in Manhattan, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so now the book you wrote, or the TED speech you gave, which is the thousands of people go on there, these technology, education, and design folks. You claim that older women, the Toy Boy Manifesto, older women with younger men is the relationship model of the future. All the young guys in the room that disagree with that. Why do you say that it is correct?
Well, I hasten to add that that is the title of a short talk I gave at TED University a few years ago, and it was entirely tongue-in-cheek and facetious. But I happen to date younger men, and so I just thought I'd do a fun talk on why that's a good thing to do. That's all.
How do you get the younger men? You go in there and you say,
Candy.
I'm an older... There'll be other people chiming in here. But how do you usually get them? Because younger men, they usually like just a few minutes ago on break, all the young guys were looking at some woman that works at our company who has a tattoo right near her ass, and that's all they were talking about. And I said, why don't you go, we have a couple of middle-aged secretaries that are naked on the internet also. I said, why don't you go look at, Joyce from accounting? And none of them wanted to go to that site to see Joyce. They wanted to stick with the receptionist woman.
I began dating younger men completely accidentally, actually. I used to run an ad agency, and 10 years ago we were asked to pitch for an online dating brand. And in advertising, when you pitch for a client's business, you have to experience the client's product and the competitive landscape. So we all had to online date. And this was 10 years ago. None of us had, because online dating was not the big thing then it is now. The rest of my team at the agency were all married, dating, living with, so they all went online.
Good thing it wasn't an enema account or something like that.
Yeah, right.
No, trust me, we get those things too, and you have to experience.
You mean you'd have to take the enema home?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
You can't advertise a client's product effectively if you haven't experienced it yourself. Anyway, so
you can always say no, sweetheart.
Yeah, you sure. I'll pretend.
Darling,
so you went out Mel Gibson movie.
Darling, it's tough times in the advertising business these days. Trust me, there are a lot of people saying yes to enema accounts everywhere.
All right. Fair enough.
So you do the dating service. You go home and you get a date. Right?
So basically, I signed up and I posted my profile. I was completely honest about everything, including my age. I got an avalanche of responses, very good for the ego, but much to my surprise, because I'd not envisaged this as a dating strategy, the majority of those responses were from younger men, and most of them were from much younger men. So I suddenly realized I was every young guy's fantasy. Older woman, working, never wanted to settle down. I've never wanted kids, never wanted to be married. So I thought, okay, had not identified this as a dating strategy, but could work for me.
Now, you must have a good figure. Did you talk about your figure or have a picture of yourself showing that you had a young body?
Golly, I wouldn't say I've got a young body at all. I've got lumps and bumps like all the rest of us. But, I put up a lot of photographs, as you do, online.
Right, sure. Did you put naked photographs?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Now, when you went on your first date, did you bang that kid the first night?
I certainly did.
You did?
I did.
Wow.
Good for you, sweetheart.
But did you know that before you went out with him? Did you say, well, I'm going to go online,
Yeah,
get
no
this
matter
date.
what dick walks in this door, I'm jumping on it.
I'm fucking the guy, yeah.
No, darling, I'm extremely selective. So, the point
So
is...
he was good. He walked in, you picked a good one.
I did pick a good one because actually I'm extremely selective and I have one fundamental criteria. I freely admit I date younger men casually and recreationally, but no matter how casual a relationship, they have to be a very nice person. I have great radar for very nice people, and as a result, I only date utterly lovely younger men.
You would not fuck anybody in this room.
I'm
everybody
out.
here is
I'm
evil.
out.
The only guy would be Al, who runs our board. Al is a sweetheart. Al, say hello to Cindy Gallup.
Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Shut up, Al.
I'm already waiting for Al to be single.
Such a sweet man. Now, makelovenotporn.com. When you're promoting that people who are in a relationship should show us them making love, and that would be more interesting to us because the emotions would be more real than the pornography?
Actually, let me back out of that and explain where makelovenotporn.com, which is the site I put up 3.5 years ago, came from.
Right. Yeah.
So through dating younger men, I basically encountered what happens when the total ubiquity and freedom of access to porn online meets the reluctance in our society to have open, healthy, honest conversations about sex, and that results in porn becoming default sex education. So I decided something about this, and I put up, on no money, which is why it's very basic, very clunky, minimal, makelovenotporn.com, which posts the myths of hardcore porn and balances them with the reality. So the concept.
Now, what about when these young guys start pulling porn moves on you, like I've never slapped my penis against anybody's cheek or jaw, or I never have. I've never done that. You
haven't lived, my friend.
I really haven't ever pumped anybody really hard for more than about 8 or 9 seconds. There's just a lot of biting of, getting the clit in your mouth and pulling it back like a rubber band and letting it, I look at the stuff and I go, what's weird is like, I don't know that, and I've never met anyone except every now and again, a woman wanted to be screwed really hard on a terrazzo floor, but she had a silver tooth right in the front, so apparently she enjoyed that with hockey players. I don't know what she was. So Cindy, are you finding that these young guys are learning or think they know about sex from porn?
Two things to that. First of all, I hasten to add, this does not characterize all of my younger lovers, but a lot of them. And secondly, young women are also learning about sex from porn as well. So Make Love Not Porn is a gender equal proposition. Porn as sex ed impacts women just as much as it does men.
Cindy, have you ever spit on a penis during sex?
I try not to because I'm not a big fan of that whole saliva thing.
I don't like, Gianna, do you ever, when you're making love to someone you're crazy about, just get their penis and go
only
spit
when
on
they
it?
tell me to.
Really? That, to me, the spitting, Cindy, is...
I've gotten spit on.
You know what?
Sometimes you need a little extra.
No.
I got spit on. It was more of a hate crime than sex.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But it's
in the street. Al, has anyone
like
ever...
it.
Al, has your girlfriend ever just spit on your penis?
Nope.
No. Gianna, are you a penis spitter?
Only when they tell me to.
Really? So they would actually do that?
It would never cross my mind to do.
My wife did spit on it once. I pulled it out. I go, put this in your mouth. She goes, get that out of my face.
Cindy Gallup is here. Make Love Not Porn. And they also have .tv. So Cindy, what's funny is I think when they're doing all of that saliva thing, they're not so turned on, so they're not wet. That's what I always figure.
No, that is absolutely not the case because as anybody who's done this knows, saliva is not an effective lubricant. What is happening on porn sets is what you never see in porn, and this is another difference between porn and real world sex, which is they get through gallons of lube on the set, but you never see them actually using it in the actual films or videos.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, you do see the lube, but they still think the spitting is a big part of it. Now,
can I
this
ask?
One second.
Okay.
MakeLoveNotPorn.tv that you have on YouTube. Would my wife and I get together and we would send you a video? How does it work?
Sure. First of all, it's not on YouTube. It's on our own URL, MakeLoveNotPorn.tv.
Okay.
And I should explain that I launched that simply because the response to MakeLoveNotPorn.com in the 3.5 years since I first put that up has been extraordinary. People write emails to me every single day at my Make Love Not Porn inbox, and I get them from young and old, men and female, gay and straight, from all around the world. And I realized I needed to take Make Love Not Porn forwards in a way that would make it more far-reaching and effective. So all I'm doing with MakeLoveNotPorn.tv is taking every dynamic that exists out there in social media currently and applying them to the one area no social media network or platform will go. So I'm looking to socialize sex and to make real
will you have like
socially shareable.
Will you have pot-bellied truck driver guys with their overweight wives on this, or are you going to keep it to the young and
The interesting
beautiful?
thing about that is that people who have not seen our site or our content critique it like that. Oh, who wants to see fat middle-aged couples having sex under bad lighting?
Well, I might want that.
And as my co-founder Uni says, isn't that interesting? When does porn become the gold standard and what all of us do in our real lives becomes squalid and disgusting?
Well, because the people in the movies are beautiful. In an acting movie, you go to see, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. You don't go in the United States, especially. You don't see too many, overweight movie stars.
And Cindy,
women.
if there were more women like you out there that shtup a guy on the first date the second he walks in the door, then we wouldn't need so much porn. You know what I mean?
Well, what I'd suggest, guys, is that go to MakeLoveNotPorn.tv, sign up for beta, and judge our content for yourselves. And I think you'll find that real-world sex is more innovative, more interesting, more surprising, more hot and more arousing than porn will ever be.
Now, this is something you will not hear on the Today Show when you're being interviewed. Cindy, I'm older than you are, but I think I could really maybe, make a big play for you. Sounds like, I could have, screw you and we could have a great time and all, and you wouldn't tell my wife. Can we meet when I'm coming the week of the 22nd of October? I may extend the trip. Could we meet and could you and I have sex and you keep your mouth shut?
Sorry, darling. I'm into younger men because I like lots of stamina, very short recovery periods. I have a very focused approach to my dating life, and I don't.
I tell you what I have. I have a lot of stamina and not much sperm, so I can't tell whether I've come or not most of the time. The last time some wood chips came out, Julie, that was a frightening one. What's your question? By the way, Cindy Gallup, MakeLoveNotPorn.com and .tv.
And for the record,
go ahead,
he has quick recovery time. The next day is quick, right?
8 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to roll. Yeah, I'm ready to go again. Here we go. Yes.
So I wanted to ask a couple questions here, just almost like a checklist, just to see if you're really making love to these guys, or if there's some porn going on and maybe you're just not aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, hair pulling. Has that gone on?
Hair pulling.
Occasionally.
All righty, interesting. Spanking.
But actually, guys.
Excuse me, madam.
Cindy, you're going to have to answer these questions.
Please just answer the questions.
I was going to offer some more points of my own, but you go right ahead.
Well, we'll get to your points in just 1 minute. Spanking.
Occasionally, yep.
Oh, well, all right. Dirty talk.
Of course.
Shoving a table leg up your ass. Oh, I'm sorry. That was. I apologize.
No, that doesn't happen.
Different list entirely. That was for Tennessee.
So what
Cindy,
is the line? What is the line?
Yeah. What are you? Before we say so long, and everyone's listening, and they're going to go to MakeLoveNotPorn.com. Well, what is the point you're trying to make? Because most of us will just turn it on and masturbate by ourselves in a dark office.
I think what she's saying, Jay, is that it desensitizes the guy and whoever's watching it, and the sex isn't what it could be.
I'm not anti-porn. This is really important. Make Love Not Porn is not anti-porn. What I'm tackling is the lack in our society of an open, healthy discussion around sex, where you would then bring a real-world mindset when you view porn. So our tagline is pro-sex, pro-porn, pro-knowing the difference. And my entire message in Make Love Not Porn is talk about it. Find out what you both do and don't like. Great sex is born out of great communication.
I'd like to see a video of two young parents fucking Shuli and the guy coming. No, two young parents.
Parents are lesbians.
Fucking Shuli, and watching. Now, Cindy, listen to this one. I want to see the guy come while a 4-year-old child beats on the door yelling "Mommy."
Yeah, well, I'm afraid that ain't going to happen anytime soon because underage actors in.
Any more questions? Cindy Gallup.
I have one question.
MakeLoveNotPorn.com and .tv. Yes, Garrett, go ahead.
What are you up to tonight? You got a big date?
I'm happy to say that tonight I am emceeing the Art Directors Club Hall of Fame Awards Gala down at Capitol.
You will. You know what? You won't meet anybody. You won't meet any young straight guys at that one. Okay.
I'm not looking to meet young straight guys.
Well, you won't. I'm gonna tell you. Now, what about
cougar dating sites? I never ever meet guys.
Women look like they accept each other sexually. Men, of course, are totally try to be totally against it. Women look like they accept each other sexually. Even when we watch two women together, it really is probably more acceptable. Even if you get in a threesome and the women kiss or they do something, it's more
as long as
acceptable.
they're hot, it's cool.
You know, gay until graduation. How do you feel about being with another woman?
What I feel is that I like watching gay porn, and I would like to see a lot more boy-on-boy action in straight porn. I think it's rampantly unfair.
We're losing you.
There's lots of girl-on-girl, but no boy-on-boy.
You know what? When the penis goes into the rear end, I cringe because it's not a part of my,
when the penis comes out and another guy smiles, I cringe.
Yeah. I mean, men don't believe it or not. Maybe some guys would stay. But maybe some guys would stay hard. But most guys, when the penises come out, they don't find it sexy. But women seem to get turned on by the male on male.
I am not turned on by men together.
You're not like male on male. Okay.
Finally, we have something.
I'm sorry. Let's send your last comments. Go ahead.
No. All I was going to say was that gay porn shows me what I, as a straight woman, want to see and don't see enough in straight porn, which is hot men and hot bodies.
Wow.
That is true. Right. They are sexier in the gay porn.
Well, the great Cindy Gallup. Cindy, I'm a huge fan of MakeLoveNotPorn.com. I'm sending a video of my wife turning me down from just last night, and I can't wait to get it on. And then I have to self-congress myself off the side of the bed near the alarm clock.
Cindy, seeing that on video.
I have the camera ready to go. You hear the Cindy, fan in the background here.
What we want is for men to go to this site and learn how to make love.
Absolutely, and women as well. I mean, it's gender equal. It's for both men and women.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. I'm writing my book.
So upset. I'm really upset that you have no interest in me. I'm considering losing 8 or 9 pounds and seeing you in New York. It just sounds like I could stash you there and my life would be perfect if I could do that.
Darling, I don't do that.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
how about... Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on a minute. You wouldn't even go to dinner with me and let me try?
No, I don't. I don't do men who are married or in relationships.
Boo! Excuse me a second. Wait a second. Can I say something? I'm married, but I'm not having a relationship.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
All right. Any other questions for Cindy Gallup?
I just want to thank Cindy. She inspired me. I'm beginning to write my book, Make Drugs, Not Popcorn. So, everybody, be on the lookout for that.
Well, there you go.
I got one about girls who date black guys. Made love, got torn. I mean, whatever you want.
All right. Gianna, any questions? Gianna, what's the name of your book that I think Cindy ought to read?
Sexy and Fabulous Over 40.
And I'll spit on it if you ask.
Cindy, Sexy and Fabulous Over 40. And do you like younger men, Gianna? Do you find that, is that who you go for, the younger guys?
I do like young men for sex.
All right, there you go.
I like
Cindy
like
Gallup,
Asian schoolgirl today.
I don't want to have relationships.
Make love, not porn.
Please give me cock.
Not come. All right, see you later. All right, goodbye. Hit it out. Hit a button.
So what's your name? Jay Thomas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. This is the Jay Thomas Show.
Jay Thomas.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Power 101.
This week, when they had the debate, somebody sent me an email J. Thomas Show at Gmail that Barack Obama looked like he was in line for a workplace pee test during the whole thing. Yeah, he got killed. I thought he got the shit beaten out of him the other night. Looked like he wasn't interested.
Every time Romney was talking, he just had his head down. He was looking down at that. I think he was playing Angry Birds the whole time. He was talking to him.
Have you heard what Al Gore said about Barack Obama not doing well in the Denver debate?
What did he say?
Yeah. Let's go to current TV, please. This is Al Gore. Now, it's kind of... I sent you that this morning.
All right.
You have it?
I'll look.
Yeah. You'll hear Al Gore talk about it. Also...
okay.
Let's play Al Gore on current TV.
Uncontroversial here. Obama arrived in Denver at 2 p.m. today, just a few hours before the debate started. Romney did his debate prep in Denver. When you go to 5,000 feet, exactly,
get the fuck
and you only have a few hours to adjust.
That's interesting.
I don't know.
That's
maybe
trading it out. Can I say the first time? To me, just one real quick thing here.
Listen to this guy.
I just came from LA the same day. You know what I did? I drank 2 cups of coffee before coming out here.
No,
I wish he had a good coffee.
All right. So Al, by the way, someone said yesterday, it's always the weather with Al Gore, right? It's always
it's not like Barack
the climate, the weather, the whole thing.
It's not like playing the cards he was dealt.
He wasn't starting a tailback. It was a debate.
That's right.
I mean, what?
He wasn't getting what's that guy that gets the migraines at high altitude?
Terrell Davis,
Ryan Clark.
Now, the other thing is when you play golf in Denver, your ball goes a lot further. I mean, I played golf up there, and you land, you feel great, and you knock the shit out of the golf ball. If you're doing well, you feel better. You're like automatically high. By the way,
10 after 8, Jay, beer time.
There is a horrifying video on Al. Do you have our audio video ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
And It's not good for Barack Obama. They're showing what they're calling his average voter. Do we have the average voter tape, please, of Barack
You got Obama
Obama?
phone? Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, He gave us a phone.
He gave you a phone.
Do more.
How did he give you a phone?
You sign up if you on full stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
I have a question. Okay, what's wrong with Romney again?
Romney, he sucks.
All right, there you go. Dear Jay, my girlfriend has one of these so-called Obama phones, and it's a complete piece of shit. It would have been a complete piece of shit 5 or 6 years ago. Anyone who thinks they're giving away anything close to a smartphone is insane. The phone will function to make basic calls, and you can add a certain amount of text messaging for $5 a month. While maybe not so in the past, the phone is a basic necessity these days, and a poor person who wants to work and is trying to get a job would have a terrible time of it if they didn't have a phone number to provide their employer. So I know while you make fun of this, you must realize that only a small percentage of the population does not really want to work no matter what, and many others, like the woman in the video, wants a job, as you could hear her enthusiasm.
And her teeth leaving her mouth.
God forbid.
You got Obama phone?
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority got Obama phone.
Quite enthusiastic.
Yeah, I got news for you. The phone is not the only problem this woman's going to have as far as getting a job. I think that is step one, and step two might be the interview itself. That may not go well.
And then, of course, Romney said he wanted to basically kill off Big Bird. And if you'll go to jthomas.com, you have, yes, he wanted, we have a picture of Romney in his station wagon with Big Bird attached to the roof on one of their vacation trips. Please go to jthomas.com to see that. By the way, Sesame Street has released volumes 1 and 2 of the early days. Now, Gianna, you said it started in the 60s. I guess it did. I guess my niece and nephew. No, it wasn't the 60s. Was it? Did it start in the 60s?
I know when I was in kindergarten, which would have been 72.
1969 was the first year.
Yeah.
First year, 69?
They parked us in front of the TV in lieu of actual education.
I see. Well, you were getting education. They taught you the alphabet.
You were one of those kids that complained when the TV came
why
out?
are you complaining?
No, I love Sesame Street, but then when Mr. Rogers came on, I didn't like that.
Well, they're all educational. It was better than the teacher was going to do for you. Where'd you go to school? In Chicago. Or something? Yeah, in some poor neighborhood.
No, I'm from a good neighborhood.
Raised in a poor neighborhood.
Rosenwald was my
You
grade
couldn't even
school.
get a training bra. Your parents were so poor.
My dad was a cop.
Sesame Street's Volume 1 and 2 are for adults only. The early Sesame Street episodes are intended for grown-ups and will not suit the needs of today's preschoolers. So why would you buy these? And here's why. The dingy brownstone at 123 Sesame Street, it was originally started, and this is why I said this, it was kind of started for inner city kids or people they called it the slums back then, because they found out that, especially the little kids 2 to 5 years old, 95% of poor households would put their little kids before school in front of the television to watch anything. And so PBS was going for the inner city. Now they don't want to show that. They kind of show like, it looks like Xanadu. It's bright. There are no clouds. The air is clean and nobody seems to be worried about money. Apparently in the first ones, they actually talked about problems and shit. Isn't that weird? Yes. You know, I wish they hadn't killed Jim Henson.
The government?
You ever heard that? Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy.
You're spreading too much truth through puppets, man.
Just ask Jesse Ventura if the government didn't kill Jim Henson. Okay. No one dies of the flu. You know what I'm saying?
My favorite was when he was up here a couple weeks ago, and I was interviewing him, and I go, so your conspiracy show's coming back on. What are you most excited about? What's your favorite topic that you guys tackled? And he looks at me with a straight face, and he goes, does the U.S. government have a death ray? And my response to that is I go, oh, wow, really? Okay.
One of the problems with the 1969 Sesame Street, cows are eating common grass and not grain improved with hormones.
I told you.
Cows are milked by plain old farmers who use their unsanitary hands and fill one bucket at a time. Elsewhere, brothers risk concussion while wailing on each other with allergenic feather pillows. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. Monster Piece Theater shows the Cookie Monster smoking a pipe, and then he eats the pipe.
Oh, all right.
Awesome. This is the wrong behavior.
I did that once when a cop car pulled up behind me.
What time is our next guest coming up, Garrett? Can you
9:30.
At 9:30. Well, I'll tell you what it is now. We have a man coming on who went around the United States and used bacon as currency. Bacon as currency. So he'll be on later on.
Al's been doing that for years,
by the way, thanks for the, that sounds exciting. Ooh. Thanks for by the way, go to SiriusXM On Demand. I don't know if this show is on it, but the afternoon show at 104 is on it. Or you can call us on our voice box at 347-6-SIRIUS. Do we have any voice boxes we can play for people this morning, Garrett? You can be.
It's the Jay Thomas voice box.
This is the Jay Thomas Show.
No, not that kind of voice box. Here's a chance for you to call Jay and leave a message any time of the day or night, even after you've been drinking or doing whatever. Just dial 347-6-SIRIUS and leave your message.
The Jay Thomas voice box.
All right. That sounds like Good Morning Wichita, doesn't it? Go ahead. Let's hear what they've said when we can't really. Hello.
Hey, Jay, you missed a good opportunity to bust out that porn star Houston the other day in the interview. She was on Howard Stern about a year or two ago claiming she had advanced stage cancer due to melanoma, the deadly skin cancer, and that she had just short time to live, and she gave out a website trying to raise money. Sounds like she got cured awful quickly. Sounds pretty good there, huh? I'll tell you, they got no shame, those fucking whores.
Now, Shuli, is that true that the woman say 18 months ago she was dying of something? And
there's a different porn star that had some sort of cancer that that they weren't 100. I don't know what the final result of this thing was, but I know there was some speculation whether or not she had it or not. Her name was Raven Alexis. She was on the show.
It wasn't Houston.
But I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't remember that. Not 18 months ago, anyways. But
okay, all right. So we didn't see that in the notes either. So
no.
But I love it.
But I just want to let the guy know some people some people have beaten cancer, sir. It is possible.
All right, not whores though. All right, go ahead, Al.
Hey, I think you guys need to change the name of your show to the High Round Ass Show.
High round.
Thank you, sir.
Is that
Jay?
Yes.
Going down the road in my big truck, and I'm listening to the replay from the morning.
Whoop, sorry.
What happened?
It it's not loading.
I know it.
It broke that one.
It broke that one?
I don't know. It just stopped loading.
The internet broke.
Now what?
Hold on.
We can just butt chug until the thing comes back on, if you guys want.
Hi, Jay. This is Brad from San Francisco. I'm not so much into the idea of having wine go up my ass, but how about the whole bottle? I'd sure like the whole bottle.
There you go. Thank you, Brad. No, there's no...
Jay, Earl here.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah. The other day you said you heard gunshots in your neighborhood and you and your buddy got some guns. But you said you had a sawed-off shotgun. Hey, retard. That's a felony. It is illegal to own a sawed-off shotgun. You get caught, you're going to jail. No questions asked. You better have your son cut that gun up and get it in the trash can. See ya.
Okay, here's what happened. We hear gunshots. I'm watching a movie or something with a buddy of mine after the ball games on Sunday night, and my son, the gunsmith, I mean, it sounds like gunshots right outside of the door, and we all look around, and he comes upstairs, and he has his 1911, like a 45, and he throws me a sawed down shotgun, but the barrel is 18 inches, and that is legal. And I think the normal barrel is 24 inches. So yes, we have a legal cut down shotgun. You like that answer, Shul? It's like a real talk show when I give those answers.
Your house is like the A-team over there. People are welding and building shit.
It was fun to do for a minute, but I thought, we got these guns. We're all going to go to jail. God, what are we going to do? Shoot someone in the street from our balcony? Yeah. I said, put the guns away. Stop everything. My friend, by the way, after it all happened and then the guns came out and then the guns got put away, he was like just really quiet for like 30 minutes. He said, "What was all that?" I said, "Yeah, well, it's, welcome. Let's watch Election, with Reese Witherspoon." Okay, give me another, voice box. Go ahead.
You have to stop getting your talking points from MSNBC. You sound like a buffoon. Now, where were you guys when John Kerry was running against George Bush? You didn't hate the rich then. He's worth 10 times the amount that Mitt Romney is. So,
Yeah, but he disclosed
moral
what he's
outrage.
worth.
You're a bunch of clowns, that's all. Matter of fact, he didn't even earn his. At least Mitt earned his. He married it.
Obama all the way.
You know what's weird? I don't remember ever saying anything about him being rich. I don't know who he's talking about.
Kerry. Something about John Kerry.
No, I know that, but I mean, I've never said anything about Mitt Romney being rich. It's fine. And he worked 15 years at Bain Capital. He just doesn't want, after you bang someone and you're going to be stuck with some screaming fucking brat and you're going to get in all kind of fucking trouble. They don't allow abortion. Do you hear me what I'm saying? It'll save so much trouble. Do you really want to screw somebody and a baby starts forming in there and you can't
I want to screw a woman.
Thank you. Thanks. You don't want that you can't get the whore an abortion. Are you kidding? Or some woman gets knocked up by some guy she doesn't want to be with. You got to be able to do that. And the other thing is, someone said, why do you want gay marriage? I think it's hysterical in the newspaper when you are about to do the most exciting thing in your life. Your picture is there. Your lovely wife's picture is there. And then about 2 pictures down, there's 2 guys with beards getting married on the same day you are. I think that's fucking hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I want that shit to always be able to entertain. I'm not joking. I want to be, you open, especially the New York Times, which, shows everybody, and there you are looking at these stories of everybody. And then all of a sudden, Ralph and Eddie are getting married. I think that's funny. So that's the only reason. As far as the economy is concerned, I don't know, fine fuck. Go ahead, Garrett, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Jay, man? I just had a question, man. I know you're a military guy. I know you were in the military for San Antonio and all that. Hey, what's up with these? I was watching a show called Afghanistan, Bomb Afghanistan, whatever. These guys are looking for bombs in the middle of nowhere in Afghanistan. Why are they looking for their bombs in the middle of nowhere? Who gives a shit if they blow up, right? I mean, if they kill anybody, they're going to kill these fucking cowheads, right? I mean, just don't get close to them. I mean, why are they looking for these bombs? That's all they do is look for bombs in the middle of nowhere in the desert. What? Who cares? They're not going to hurt anybody out there if they blow up.
No, they're not.
I like how you were in the military so long. Let me know.
Yeah.
He's like a gangbanging Seinfeld, like with
you know what it is? He's not far off. They're over there. They should have brought him home, but they won't bring him home because it'll make unemployment go up. So they send him out on bullshit things to do. That's, by the way, remember the World War II movies, or maybe even Vietnam, where you'd have to put the knife in the sand and wait till you hit the landmine?
Jay.
Yeah. By the way, nobody should do that job. They should take a
They have machines
blindfold
for it.
No, a prisoner. And you have him tie his hands, and if you can get to the other side of the minefield, he lives.
I love it. It's a great movie.
That's the truth. Why not do it? They were trying to kill you like 2 days before, so you get them and you trot them out there. You just trot them out there. Yes, sir.
I've always said it, and I will say it again.
What is
Kids are funny.
All right, Al. More voice box, please, Al. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay. Listen, this is Earl from the golf course.
Oh. Hey, Earl, I hope you hit in a lot of golf.
That's not live. Hold on. It's not live. It's not live. It's on tape. Be quiet. Go ahead with Earl from the golf course.
Yesterday, you talked about Pharrell leaving the Sirius Radio, but on his show, he talked about that he would be hooked up with Jim Rome. So maybe you could make a comment about that at some point this week, since you say Jim Rome's a big pussy and you hate him or disliked him. Or really, you disliked him because he had a bigger pile of money than you did. Biatch.
Shut up, asshole. I think Jim Rome.
I like how Ira starts talking in this call at the beginning, and you're talking to it at the end.
I think Jim Rome is awful. I just think I look at it. I love sports, and I just think he's just no good. And I loved when the former quarterback for the Rams,
Jim Everett,
knocked the shit out of him. That's what I say all the time. A lot of these guys, maybe he works out or he has a trainer or he has a muscle or some shit now. I don't know. He looks unathletic. I think he's like, it's like when they hired guys at ESPN in the beginning, these local kind of, I don't know what, not very cool guys became, sports announcers. I'm just not a big fan of his. It's the guy, Mike and Mike, what's his, not Mike and Mike, but, who's with Boomer Esiason? Carton. I hate him too. Awful. Terrible. And Esiason looks like he hates him.
Esiason looks like he hates life.
That's true, maybe, but I've never seen two guys, when the guy's talking, Boomer Esiason looks like he can't stand this guy. So, I
hate Jay. A bit of Fry and Laurie.
Oh boy.
They were for the pits.
Who is that?
He saw this.
Oh,
he rented a DVD.
Oh my! I wouldn't even
of a
sit in the
TV
bathroom,
show.
What TV show? What was it? What was it called?
Ira?
Fry, a bit of Fry and Laurie.
No, wait a minute. That's Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry when they were stand-up comics.
Yep. Jay,
Yes,
can I
Ira?
tell you one thing?
What is it?
They are for the pitch. I would rather see a comic like Shuley.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, it's English comedy. They're from England.
Oh, they're for the pitch. They should be they should disqualify them altogether.
Should they be killed, Ira?
No, they shouldn't be
famous
killed.
actors.
Yeah.
These
Hugh
guys
Laurie
are
and
for
Stephen.
the pitch.
All right, shut up with all that.
You're better than them, Jay.
Nobody cares about that old beat up shit you watch. Was it on a VCR?
DVD.
Well, I'm surprised.
Jay, the Marx Brothers were phonies. Jay.
Right.
Well, he thought it was a movie, but he rented like season 1, and he goes, it keeps going on and on and on.
This is the longest movie ever.
Right.
This movie's 14 episodes long.
But last night I watched...
and they keep showing the credits every, 30 minutes. They keep rolling. I know who's in the movie. I get it, okay? I get it.
Last night I watched a good movie. How
What
to
was it?
Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Well, that's your life story.
And that picture was even better.
Do you mind if I get back to the voice box,
Go ahead,
please?
Jay.
Go ahead. Our final voice box. Go
Jay,
ahead.
your show does not want to make animals have sex. I played it for my water buffalo wife, and she flipped me off and told me to go fuck myself.
There you go. We actually had someone call and sent us a video, Garrett. I think we should run it again. You can hear the show in the background, Shuley, and there are these wild horses. And they are milling around John, I want you to watch this now.
Yes.
They're milling around not the stall, but they're by a fence or something. And all of a sudden, this, I believe Houston came on the show, the woman that screwed 620 guys or whatever. And the horses begin to fuck.
All right.
Right when she comes on. Now you'll have to, I want to hear your reaction. Now,
So they were all tested, and I took pills as well. And
the truck is parked. Show's going.
What sort of pills do they give you to kill what sort of horrible?
Get me the fuck out of here pills.
No,
it's
but
some
really.
kind of antibiotic. I don't know off the top of my head what they are.
You see the horses?
After the Zeus guy has banged you.
I'd have to
what
say
do you
yes.
do?
It's Ira's voice.
It's Ira's voice that causes
Yeah, the one
horses
horse
to
was
mate.
just kind of meandering,
There you
eating
go.
grass, and then the other one,
Yeah.
almost like
God.
a rape.
One horse is butt chugging the
Oh,
other
no.
horse.
There you go. All right.
Where can people
All
get
right.
your-
The show is long from over. We even have a guy that uses bacon for currency. Stay where you are.
Go. Jay Thomas. Would you mind repeating that, Jay? This is the Jay Thomas Show. Out 101.
Wow. For adults only, those first couple of years of Sesame Street. If you don't believe me, go get them.
Some blast from the past.
There we go. Let's go to Roger, who is in Ohio. And stay where you are. We're going to have Ira do some sports in a few minutes because the big baseball thing is... What is it?
Boogers don't taste as bad as everyone says.
All righty. That's in the headlines. Plus, would you ever use bacon for money? We'll have a man who's traveled the country using bacon.
Yes, I would.
As currency. That's one man's answer. Roger of Ohio, thanks for calling us at 888-STERN-101. Yes,
surveyed one man, and here's his answer.
You know
yeah,
what?
Jay,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
I'm a little bit behind. Like about 10 minutes, I heard you talking about them guys sending them out to find bombs in the
Why do
desert.
they send? There's a TV show that the guy was talking about where they send them out in the middle of nowhere to find bombs. Why do they do that?
Well, my nephew done it. My baby sister's son, he went to Afghanistan, and he was a bomb sniffer, and that's what he had to do. He had to go out and find bombs and stuff, so that way when the guys went out into the desert to locate people, they wouldn't blow them up. They would, they would go comb the area before they would send somebody out there so they didn't get blowed up.
Why don't they just get a prisoner? Why don't they get a prisoner who was trying to kill us and have them run where they think the bombs are? Why don't they do that?
I think that'd make more sense myself. That way people wouldn't get hurt.
No, it makes much more sense to keep them on death row for 27 years, feed them, clothe them, house them, make sure they get exercise. Yeah, well,
they've actually gained weight. They've opened and
they get married. They get married and fuck while they wait to be executed.
Well, they've also opened there in Guantanamo an Al-Qaeda pizza kitchen. Did you read that the other day? Right, you go right in the commissary and there it is.
No ham on that, please. No ham.
Yeah, Abdullah Starks.
Another thing, Jay, is
no Bucks. Abdullah Bucks. Abdullah Starbuck. What's that? I'm sorry, Roger. I was talking to myself. Yes, go ahead, Roger. So your nephew. How do you get that job? Does he volunteer, or do they
He volunteered. He volunteered for it.
Is that
what
like when you say volunteer? Did everybody step back and he didn't realize and was standing?
Well, no, he just joined the army, and that's what he went in there as a bomb, some kind of a bomb. He gave it a word, and he thought it was a cool name, so he went ahead and took it.
He didn't realize what the job was going to be. There was some cool. Do you remember what the name is? The designation that the Army gives.
I can't remember what the name was. I was too busy laughing at him.
Garrett, let's get the name and what turned this guy's nephew on.
Oh, here
your nephew's.
They're called schmucks. That's they're the guys who look for mine.
You know what it's also called? The Boom Boom Squad. Maybe he was turned on by that. Roger of Ohio, is your nephew okay, or did he lose a limb over there?
He done his tour and he come back and they wanted him to re-sign. He said he would, but he wanted to go in for a radar technician, and they wouldn't let him do it. They told him he had to go back to being a bomb sniffer. They didn't need him, so he told them but they didn't need him, so he was gone.
The show's called Bomb Patrol Afghanistan.
There you go. That's what he wanted to be.
What channel would we find this?
G4 TV.
Get that one.
See?
Let's go to. What is this now? BTLE. What is that? Who is that on line two?
Easy, Jay. That's
What is that? Bottle Brunk?
Bitliv.
What's your name from Nevada? What's your name?
Yeah, Detlef.
Oh, Detlef.
No way.
Detlef. You see, I don't listen to Howard's show. I don't know who you people are. Who is Detlef? Who is it?
It's a famous basketball player. Or semi-famous.
Detlef.
I'm a genius.
Is this sign?
Yeah, I'm 115 years old, and I'm a genius. And I've got a question I can't quite figure out for myself, and I'm hoping you can help me there.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, you know that show with the conjoined twins, Abby and Brittany?
Yes.
Yes, I love that. That's our favorite show.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they get a job, do they get 2 paychecks?
That's a good question.
That's what you were thinking about?
That's what I'm thinking about.
Decent question. Because they're both there working.
No, they're one person with 2 heads.
Yeah, easy for you to say. When they walk through the door.
They're one person with 2 heads. That's what they are.
They have to buy 2 tickets?
No.
What if they want 2 different vacation schedules?
They have 2. Get rid of this guy.
What if one of them has a handicap plaque
get rid of this
and the other one doesn't park in a handicap spot?
Before that guy calls back, would you write some lines for him, Shuli? Thanks. Mike of Wilmington. Yeah, Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, it's whisper
Jay,
time,
I was
Ira.
wondering.
It's whisper time.
Let's do our indoor voice. Yeah.
For me, it's like, 3:30 in the morning.
It's like you're at a bar.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Mike, yes, go ahead, Mike. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shuli was talking about feeding prisoners and giving them everything they need instead of sending them out in the minefields. And I was wondering if you had heard about the gentleman who's on death row who is obese, and his lawyers are getting him a gastric bypass surgery on the state's money because they can't execute him because he's too fat. And
well, there's also the murderer. There's the murderer who is announced that he's a woman trapped in a man's body, and I believe it's in New York State. They're going to give him the full fucking surgery, and
why
as a
just
male,
put him in general population? They'll bring the woman out in him. You don't need a surgery.
You know what I don't get? What is the law that says? Is it against cruel and unusual punishment? I don't know what the law
It sounds
is.
like
Who says he gets to be happy?
Well, it sounds like besides setting them free, they can pretty much do anything they want, and we're supposed to, give them that right. I don't get that.
How about the meals? Let's say you're not on death row, you're just in regular prison. I just read that in Guantanamo, they have gained a bunch of weight. One of the guys over 400 pounds because they have started eating regular, American food.
They're eating quarter pounders now.
But we have been feeding them, all of the crap that they were used to eating over in the shithole they came from. And so they stopped wanting to eat that, but they get to pray 5 times a day. And at Leavenworth, I got to tell you something about the old Leavenworth, the federal prison. They keep you in a cell like for 23 hours, let you come out and walk around for a little while, put your ass right back in. So I don't know if it's the states. I don't know what it is.
I was watching that lockup, marathon they have on MSNBC, and
that's a scary show. Isn't it?
Frightening because this one they were over in Peru. Where that Joran Vandersloot's being held over there.
That's right.
Right? And this fucking prison, okay? They let people walk around anywhere and everywhere because all the fucking guards will just shoot you in a second. And their food, they don't even have a cafeteria. The guys line up outside and there's a pot of some mashed up shit that it looks disgusting. And
but
guys,
if you did a crime, that's how you ought to eat.
Right. And
that's it.
Not only is that how they eat, guys fight over that food. They fight over it. They want more of it.
Wow.
That's prison. That's where you sit there and go, what the fuck did I do?
Right. Dirty Dan, who's in Boston. Yes, Dirty Dan, go ahead.
Dirty Dan, did you take a shower today?
Yes, go ahead, Dirty
Oh,
Dan.
shit. Yeah, he is loud. Listen.
Yes, hold on a second, Dan. Hold on. Ira, even Dirty Dan said you were very loud. You've got to just pull back a little bit.
Dirty
all right, Ira?
Dan.
Yeah.
I still love you, though.
Did you take a shower today?
There you go. Much better. Dirty Dan, what can we do? What can we... All right. What can we...
Soap.
All right, quiet down. What can we do for you, Dirty Dan? What can we do for Dirty Dan?
Help me out. Obviously, Earth's moon doesn't have a name. All the other planets' moons have a name. Maybe we should name our moon.
Maybe you should name it after the weed you're smoking.
This is what you're thinking about today?
Our moon is the only moon that doesn't have a name. I didn't...
You could be famous, dude, if you named it and it caught on.
I'd have to... Well, that's... Look, I've tried...
really,
you know what? I've tried so much shit to catch on that...
I think your resume might need some scientific discovery.
Garrett, there's the moon...
Yeah, it has a name. The Moon.
What is it? No,
that's the name of it.
That's bullshit.
So it was
I won't take that answer.
He refuses. He refuses to take that answer, Garrett.
Now,
so nice try.
There's a moon out tonight.
No, that's not it. Now listen, I think Garrett could be correct. We had the first moon, so when you say the moon, then you know that's the Earth's moon. So I'll tell you the really weird thing was I never thought I'd get that. I want to say it was Galileo who invented. That's right, invented the telescope and all of that. There was another guy, and I forget his name, but there was another guy, and the other guy would find stuff also. And so Galileo. No, it wasn't anybody that famous. It starts with an L. Galileo would send this guy secret coded messages in Latin. And the guy was supposed to figure out these coded messages, but the reason why Galileo was doing it, so that when he made a discovery, he would almost kind of be copywriting his discovery, and this guy would have to figure it out, and Galileo wouldn't let him know what it was until even after his death or later years. The guy would completely screw up what Galileo sent him. And one of the things he sent, he thought Galileo sent him a note that said Mars has 2 moons, right? Wait a second. And then the other one was something about the stripes around Saturn. They were both wrong, except
Rings, not stripes.
Except both of the things were scientifically correct about another 150 years later. I know. Weird, right?
What about the name Luna?
Luna. Yeah, there you go. Dirty Dan, it's just Luna.
Dirty Dan. How about Blue Moon?
Good one.
Blue Moon. All right. Thank you, Dirty Dan.
Thank you.
More time than you deserve, yes. So
Jay, I
what
want
is it?
8 moons over my hammy.
Denny's.
Ira, do you ever think of anything?
Yes, I do, Jay.
Yeah. I mean, do you ever think what you're saying maybe makes no sense whatsoever and you're babbling?
I think
You're
sometimes,
just a
right? Jay?
Sometimes no.
Sometimes no. I see. Let's go to Robert of Memphis, Tennessee. Robert, is this
Robert, how you
butt
doing?
chugging that we've heard about at the University of Tennessee, is it normal in your state, butt chugging?
Jay, I could tell you. Now, let me say one thing quickly before I get to that.
Sure.
I am all for gay marriage because can you imagine how entertaining the divorce court will be?
Yes, it will be.
It'll be fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
I can assure you, Jay, that as a transplant to the great state of Tennessee, that butt chugging is a normal occurrence because the vast majority of the people here are walking around with their heads shoved straight up their asses. Now,
You know what we've had today? We've had more unfunny fucking normal people call up here. Get rid of him, please. Get rid of him. Stop him. Stop him from talking. You know. By the way, Prince Harry has announced why he was naked in Las Vegas.
Oh, because he's a dude in Vegas with surrounded by chicks?
No. He this of course has embarrassed his family. The memory of his coke-addled whore mother and the Queen and his father and everyone else.
Yeah, I like how this embarrassed their family when the Diana's Prince Charles or whatever was sitting there talking about smelling Camilla's tampon. That wasn't an embarrassment. He wanted to be
and she
her
really
tampon.
did. She was a wild, alleged, blow whore. I mean, she was supposed to be
kids
fucking
in Vegas
nuts.
doing what you do in Vegas.
Prince Harry has blamed his naked Las Vegas romp on a premonition that he would die in Afghanistan. He said he was playing strip pool. What game is that? Strip pool?
Yeah, billiards.
Billiards. Yeah. Oh, strip pool. Oh, like billiards. I'm sorry. And he was in the hotel room, and all of a sudden he got a premonition of him dying in action, and he decided to have reckless behavior.
Dude, just say you're a fucking guy. That's better
Jay.
than that lame
And that
excuse.
you're loaded? Right. Yes, Ira, go ahead.
Remember, kids don't shug butt and drive.
And now you know. Little PSA from our other weatherman.
By the way, congratulations to your Prime Minister Netanyahu on showing how dangerous it was going to be if the Iranians had this Wile E. Coyote bomb. Who drew?
Not the best move. Not the best.
It was
move.
a picture.
He was doing so great. His
bomb.
speech was so great. He was making so much sense. I mean, I could listen to this guy all day. Which, by the way, I started following him on Twitter, and I'll tell you why.
No.
Listen to this.
What?
The Prime Minister of Israel has 75,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
I have 25,000. My goal is to get more followers than the Prime Minister of Israel. And I'm just keeping a track on his stuff by following him. But that
so he
was
brings out a picture that looked like a Wile E. Coyote bomb, and he shows how close. It was almost, when you're raising money for the fund, the cancer fund, and they show the lines on the
like on the
top of
the
the top of the condom or whatever that thing is. Yeah, it was like a Wile E. Coyote bomb.
Well, it's the same bomb. It's the same picture that they have at the TSA at security at the airports, which should really frighten us.
It is. It's the very same. Yeah. For those of you that watch Sons of Anarchy. One of the main actors, I don't watch that show, Johnny.
I don't watch it either.
Johnny Lewis.
Yeah, I heard this story.
Was accused of killing someone, then he jumped to his death. He apparently killed his landlady.
Yeah, this old lady.
Really nice old lady.
Yeah. How do you know she was nice?
Exactly.
That's what they said.
Well,
She
whatever.
opened
Who's
her
they?
home The writers of magazines. She opened her home to creative types, like a boarding house, but she had a serene setting for their creativity.
She was 81 years old, Catherine Davis. She was beaten, and Mr. Lewis had rented a room for a short period of time. Although there were no witnesses, he is suspected of killing her. No one knows why she
and
killed
her cat.
Oh,
no, he didn't kill the cat.
Don't tell me that.
No, he didn't kill the cat.
That's too far.
Allegedly killed his landlady and her cat before falling off a roof to his death.
How lame is that? That's the way you
This
get
all
know
happened
what?
in the same day? He
The
killed himself
woman
same day?
was 81, and she'd lived long enough.
Right.
The kitty didn't deserve to die. Yes, what is it?
Jay.
What is it? What?
I know a lot of old ladies, and they are all bitches.
He played Ricky in the 2007 movie AVPR Aliens versus Predator Requiem, and was Dennis Chili Childress for 2 seasons in the OC. He played Epps on Sons of Anarchy for 2 years. I love this one. Calls to Mr. Lewis's agent were unreturned. Well,
it says he was high on a drug called Smiles. It's similar to ecstasy or.
Well, they shouldn't.
You know
call it
what?
Smiles. They should call it
My
Kill
son
Mobile.
JT wrote that drug. All right. Whitney Kropp was surprised to be named the homecoming queen. The 16-year-old at I want to say it's in West Branch, Michigan, was voted the homecoming queen, and she was stunned until Gianna. She found
I read
out
the story. I'm familiar.
it was a cruel joke.
But the joke was on the bullies.
Yes. Well, the bullies of the school voted on her. She's, not the most pleasant to look at, perhaps, and is not the most popular at school, surely. So the bullies got together and they voted her to be the homecoming queen as a cruel joke. But she's going to show them, right?
I'm not sure how
Gianna?
that's mean, but do you want me to finish the story?
She's going to wear a gown and have a full makeover for the dance. And she's going to prove everything wrong.
Well, you're missing the story.
What's the story? Tell me.
Things were donated to her: dress, a makeup and hair session, a limousine, a great place for dinner, that she's having this, queen of the night type evening. So the joke is on the bullies.
Hey, Garrett, it's nice to have all the things, but you're going to be by yourself.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she scraped up a date.
No one's with her. No one's with the poor thing. This picture's not so
Not
awful.
even a
It's
best
just,
friend?
she looks, I don't know, she got like a big long nose and, Then there was a newscaster who someone sent what was it, Garrett? They sent just a note to her.
They sent her an email, a private email.
That she was fat.
Yes.
And she decided to go on the air in Wisconsin, right?
Correct.
Well, she's related to an actor.
Really?
Those
Jennifer-
bastards
Go on.
told me I
What?
was homecoming king.
Oh,
I'll
really?
repeat it again. Those
Yes.
bastards told
Yeah.
me I was
Yeah.
homecoming king.
Boy, did the
Now
bullies...
From now on, everything you read, end it with, I'll repeat it again, and do it again.
Now, Ira, did they do that because they were bullying you and you really weren't the most
That's
popular?
right.
Well, that's awful.
Jay,
Look, but you showed them you've got a complete makeover.
the big thing is
What is
this coming Sunday night,
Right.
Texas is going to win the Yankees.
Well, the Yankees aren't in it yet, I was told. They're not in it yet, right?
No, it's final. The season's over.
It's over now. Okay, so that's it. So now, what's the temperature going to be? Is it at Yankee Stadium? What's the weather going to be
In
like Sunday night?
Texas,
Yeah.
it's going to be around
I don't know where they're playing it.
64 degrees on
Right.
a partly cloudy sky.
They have a new playoff format where there's now 2 wild card teams in
Yeah.
each division, and then they play a 1-game playoff to get into the next round. If that makes any sense.
Anything that has 162 games, after game 47, I stopped giving a shit.
All their playoff games should be 1 game.
Yeah. I'm much more than a number on a scale, said Jennifer Livingston. Who's her dad? Who's her Who's her actor dad? Are you kidding about that?
No, it's not her dad. I think it's her brother, Ron Livingston, the actor.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
Oh,
from
really?
Office Space and
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he has another brother, Joe Livingston, that's a good actor also. So they're thin. Those two guys are nice and thin. So their chubby
Well,
sister
that's why
went
they're
on
the
TV.
actors in the family.
That's right. She works at WKBT in La Crosse. I don't want there was one report I saw that had an announcer, Al. Do you just have her responding to the viewer that said she was fat?
Yeah,
just get that. So she just stopped in the middle of reading or in the morning and just looked at the camera and said, someone called me fat and said that she was being bullied. Is that bullying when you get called fat?
No, what's bullying?
Yes.
Taking a private email you get and then using your radio show to bash the guy that
Straight
sent
up.
you the email.
Straight
That's
up,
bullying.
Garrett. Yep.
Bullying is not sending a private email to someone saying you're fat and you're setting a bad example.
Well, it is bullying.
Wait a minute now, Garrett. You think that the fat girl was bullying the guy that sent her
Totally.
the email?
She didn't have to no one knew she got the email.
It's his right to call whoever he wants fat.
And if she was smoking on air and he sent a letter saying you shouldn't smoke, it's a bad example for children, everyone would be applauding this guy. But because she's fat, she gets a pass.
Garrett, I really like that.
Wow.
You think fat is setting a good example?
And she compares it to being black or being gay. It's like those people don't pick to be black or be gay. She decides to be fat.
Well,
maybe she has a disease,
she could have
Garrett.
a sickness.
Yeah, she does have a disease. It's called Funyuns.
No, there's things
I don't want her.
happen.
You can have her. She's so fat for me. She's so fat for me.
If she had a kidney transplant and she's on...
She's not fat for... Okay, all right, I wouldn't sing that at a
Prednisone, she'd be
birthday
fat.
party.
Jay,
No, okay. She could be on a drug, thank
she
you.
should
Yes.
challenge that a bully to a sumo match.
Sumo
match.
She should challenge the bully because she's fat, Ira? Is that why?
That's right.
All right. Do we have the poor Chubette ready to go?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Address a situation that has become a talking point in this community over the past weekend, especially on Facebook, that centers around me. On Friday, I received the following email from a La Crosse man with the subject line, community responsibility, and it reads as follows. Hi, Jennifer. It's unusual that I see your morning show, but I did so for a very short time today. I was surprised indeed to witness that your physical condition hasn't improved for many years. Surely you don't consider yourself a suitable example for this community's young people, girls in particular. Obesity is one of the worst choices a person can make and one of the most dangerous habits to maintain. I leave you this note hoping that you'll reconsider your responsibility as a local public personality to present and promote a healthy lifestyle.
Wow.
Sounds like that came from her boss.
Now, those of us in the media, we get a healthy dose of critiques from our viewers throughout the year, and we realize that it comes with having a job in the public eye. But this email was more than that.
She's eating. as
While I
she's saying.
tried my best to laugh off the very hurtful attack on my appearance, my colleagues could not do the same, especially my husband, our 6 and 10 anchor, Mike Thompson. Mike posted this email on his WKBT Facebook page, and what happened next has been truly inspiring. Hundreds and hundreds of people have taken the time out of their day to not only lift my spirits, but take a stand that attacks like this are not okay. Now, we're going to have more on that in just a second. But first, the truth is, I am overweight. You could call me fat, and yes, even obese on a doctor's chart. But to the person who wrote me that letter, do you think I don't know that? That your cruel words are pointing out something that I don't see?
I'm rubber.
You don't
You're
know
glue.
me. You are not a friend of mine. You are not a part of my family, and you have admitted that you don't watch this show. So you know nothing about me but what you see on the outside.
Wow.
And I am much more than a number on a scale.
Zaftig.
And here is what I want all of us to learn
She's not
something from
Zoftig.
this.
She's not
If you
Zoftig.
didn't already know, October is National Anti-Bullying Month, and this is a problem that is growing every day in our schools and on the internet. It is a major issue in the lives of young people today, and as the mother of 3 young girls, it scares me to death. Now, I am a grown woman, and luckily for me,
Very
I
grown.
have a very thick skin, literally, as that email pointed out, and otherwise. And that man's words mean nothing to me.
Of
but
course
what
not.
really angers me about this is there are children who don't know better.
And I want to say something to my husband, Mike Johnson, 6 and 10 Evening News.
Even worse, each and every day.
Right.
The internet has become a weapon.
Are you kidding?
Schools have become a battleground. And
No.
this
Fritos are your weapon,
learned.
sweetheart.
It is passed down from people like the man
Someone
who wrote
send her
that
a
email.
cake and tell her to
If
chill
you are
out.
at home and you are talking about the fat news lady, guess what?
Oh my
Your
God.
children are probably going to go to school and call someone fat.
And they will die.
We need to teach our kids how to be kind, not critical, and we need to do that by example.
Right.
So many of you have come to my defense over the past 4
This is the
days.
longest
I am
she's talked
literally
without eating,
overwhelmed
Are you
by your
kidding?
words.
What
To
about
my
the war in
colleagues
Iraq?
and my friends
How about
today
the
and
weather
from
girl?
years ago.
How about the?
My family,
She's a weather girl.
Isn't she a weather chick?
Oh, I don't know. She's
No, that's a dress she's wearing. It's not the map.
who hires a fat girl to be weather to do.
All
that?
right,
Who hires
go on.
a girl that large on the news anywhere?
Let's keep hearing it.
amazing
Let's keep
husband, and so many of you out there that I will
6 and
probably
10
never have
Evening
the
News.
opportunity
I'm sorry
to
I
meet.
broke the
think she has the
Doppler last
weather.
week
Be
by
able to
sitting
thank
on it
you
by
for your
accident.
words of support
Jesus
and for
Christ.
taking a stand against this bully. We are better than that email. We are
Yeah.
better than the bullies that would try to take us down.
Right.
And I leave you with this.
What?
To all of the children out there who feel lost,
Oh,
who are
boy.
struggling with your weight, with the color of your skin, your sexual preference, your disability, even the
Your
acne on your
Jewishness.
face. Listen to me right now.
Listen
Do
up,
not
hold on.
let your self-worth be defined by bullies. Learn from my experience that the
Are
cruel
you
words
crying?
of one are nothing compared to the shouts
Get
of
it
many.
together, dude.
We'll be right back.
Oh my God. Now we got to get a picture of her husband.
You did.
Garrett.
Just everybody. Oh, she have more
What's his
comments?
name?
Yeah, she
I
does.
loved my husband Mike Thomas, 6 and 10 Evening News.
I like. She should have gone. And every time you watch the 6 to 10 Evening News, just look at Mike and think, "I'm climbing on top of that guy."
Some guys like fat chicks.
I think that she is probably overweight because one of her brothers is a star and the other's an actor too, and
She's depressed and bitter.
Yes, of course she is. And she's got, 3 little girls, and she's on the, she's working at, I don't know.
Well, did
where
you hear
she
what
is,
else she
Lacrosse,
said the following
Wisconsin.
day?
What?
Here, listen to this. Play that, Garrett.
One sec.
The following day?
Following day.
No, she didn't.
We have powerful friends. They're going to regret this.
I don't believe for 1 minute. Let me also say that I think what happened to I've already thrown her
husband's
I've
kind
already
of
thrown her
decent
name in the I've already thrown her name in the trash can. Whatever Chubby's name is, I agree.
Garrett has
totally.
the husband.
Jennifer Livingston, I presume.
What does the husband look like?
He's okay looking.
Yeah, he's
He's definitely anchor looking.
Nobody's spitting on
Does he
his
look
cock.
like he works at 6 and 10?
Yes,
Does the
but
evening news?
Nobody's spitting on his cock, Jay.
Right.
Do most newscasters do both newscasts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they bi? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they work from they'll come to work at 4 and they work 4 to midnight. Right. It's an 8-hour shift. Yeah.
Jay,
Yes, Ira.
I was on the toilet last, sneezed and pooped out a dinosaur bone.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I tell you what.
She had to hold in a huge fart the whole time she was doing that speech. She had.
Don't you know that the guy that sent her the email was in his living room, eating
hitting
a
a
bowl of
bong.
cereal or something, eating a bowl of cereal in his underwear, and he walks in and he goes, "Holy shit! That's
tell
my
you
email, man!"
Al Roker is
Yes.
10 times better than that fat Fogarty.
John Fogerty?
John Fogerty getting hit with shrapnel this morning.
Okay.
No, the fat lady that was on.
You know what's funny? I feel like a bomb sniffer right now with the material that's coming out. Okay, stay where you are.
Jay. For Jay. Let me tell you why. He's the best of all the guys. What? The Jay Thomas Show.
Jay Thomas.
Howard 101.
It just stops immediately.
No, I didn't know. I know we didn't. I don't.
No,
that was stunning.
We can't. Yeah.
No, it's not verified or anything, right? Yeah,
right.
no. So.
Jay,
For those who are wondering, we're talking about Bubba. We don't know a thing about it. Let's go to
Jay.
Well, we don't. We don't know anything about
Well, why
it.
can't we talk about everyone
Jay,
else's?
I want to apologize to that newswoman.
Yeah.
And would like to take her out to lunch. Can I borrow $900?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even spend 2 cents on
I know you wouldn't. How can 888-STERN-101 be 888-783-7610? I don't get that.
Because the one on the end, the 7610,
doesn't mean anything.
The one on the end is just an extra digit. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Fret Pound of Atlanta. Go ahead. Fret Pound.
Yeah, hey, Jay. Found out something interesting on the internet the other day. It was a list of words that are difficult to translate into English. One of the words was an Indonesian word, and the word is Jayus. Jayus.
Thank you very much.
You guys want to go around the horn for the definition?
No, we don't want to go around the horn. We're not going around the horn.
Okay, Jayus is a joke that is so unfunny or told so poorly that you have to laugh at it anyway.
The Jayus?
Thank you, sir.
J-A-Y-U-S.
Jayus.
Jayus.
What's the word for hoping you fucking crash and your truck catches on fire and you don't die, but you have burns that keep you alive for a month? All right, get rid of him, please. Get rid of him. But I believe that was some sort of insult or bullying toward me. All right, Jayus.
Tartle, a Scottish verb meaning to hesitate while introducing someone due to having forgotten his or her name.
Let's not tartle. Here's Joe from North Carolina.
I have a turtle head poking out. Can we hurry this up?
Let's go, Joe. Joe of North Carolina.
Guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, guys. Hey, look, how do you take a breathalyzer when you've been butt chugging? Do you have to fart?
That's exactly correct.
Hey,
Thank you, Joe. We'll think about that. We'll think about that for hours. Al Gore is calling from Washington, D.C. Yes, Al. Go ahead, Al.
Yes, Jay. I didn't invent the internet to protect that badass woman you was talking to earlier. And I did try to talk to Obama and tell him he needs to invent something to make himself look better.
Make himself look better. All right. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. Man.
Leave him wanting more. Leave him wanting more. That's the key.
Let's go to someone who says this is Jennifer Livingston, the purported overweight announcer woman.
What are the odds that she listens to
I
this
have
show?
no idea. I'm shocked. She was up for an early milking. Yes, for a lot. Yeah.
We can't understand you, Jennifer.
Take the donut out of your mouth.
Yeah. What? Well, I don't think this is Jennifer.
I think this is high pitch. I think this is high pitch Eric.
I don't think so. All right. Larry of Michigan, do they do butt chugging? Is it only a southern thing, or do you ever heard of this? Put in a tube with some sort of frenzy.
Do women butt chug? There are reports of women doing it.
If you want a ring on your finger, you better.
Larry of Michigan, go ahead, Larry. Yes, sir.
Oh, Jay, he's just show to get on, that's for sure.
Yeah,
all right, get rid of him right now. No, I'm kidding.
No, here's the story. I used to work TMS years ago, and I went to a conference, and this doctor was telling us a story where they had a patient in the operating room that kept on coming awake during the surgery. Well, they had this happen several times.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out that one of the nurses was actually strapping an IV bag under her arm and filling it with whatever sedative they were using and running the tube up her ass. And every time she wanted to get high, she would just press down her arm and press more fluid up her ass to get a buzz. And they finally caught her doing this.
During the operation, she kept...
They're going to put that in the storyline for Nurse Jackie next season, I think.
Now, wait a minute now. Where would the juice... The juice would have to come out of her ass, though, wouldn't
the juice is loose, man.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she put some kind of seal around it. I don't know.
It's a lot of work to get high.
Yeah,
man.
you know, first you have to caulk your asshole.
You gotta have somebody duct tape the edges. And
What is that thing when you take a hit of pot and then you put
Shotgun.
a shotgun? Yeah.
Or maybe it's like when you're hyperventilating, you breathe into the bag. Maybe you just squirt the alcohol back into the bag.
Yeah, can you just shotgun?
At that point, like, I would get one of those helmets that you put a beer in with the straws that go down. Like, I would just do that before I shove a straw up my hose.
Good Lord. You know, I mean,
Is getting
it's
high that
amazing.
important?
I was thinking the same thing. And the other thing is you're saying that the people weren't the people on the laying down weren't getting the anesthesia.
Yeah, the guy keeps waking up in the middle of his surgery because she's taking all his shit.
By the way, how would you like a shit-stained tube back in your artery? You know, after it had been after it had been up the nurse's ass.
Yeah, I'm sure that will cause infections.
Yeah. Let's go to Leonard, who is on the road. Yes, Leonard, go ahead, Leonard.
Hey, you guys were talking about the bomb sniffers earlier. That's at least for the Army, that's Explosive Ordnance Division.
Well, that's what the kid liked. When the kid heard Explosive Ordnance Division, he joined up, maybe not even knowing what it was.
Yeah, there's some good guys, you know. I heard, you know, little snickers and stuff about them, but they're good guys and they got a hard job. So
absolutely,
much respect.
Well, now wait a minute. There weren't any snickers. We say they shouldn't be put in harm's way. We should take the prisoners who have done something awful, and we should run them out over where they think the mines are.
And
I'm not,
most of those
Leonard,
mines,
I'm not joking at all about that. Why risk some really brave American's life when you can get a scumbag who tried to kill us or a guy that we absolutely know is no damn good and throw his ass out there and let him step in the bomb, and that's how you find
the reality of it is a majority of these bombs are still from the Russian-Afghanistan war. Like that's how much they gave a shit to find bombs and clear that place out. They left and they didn't give a shit, and we shouldn't be there risking our lives doing that shit.
Leonard, why don't they make a machine that has like a bouncer thing on it that would just go over the ground going bunk, 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 bunk?
They do. What? They got, like I was a tanker in the Army, and we had mine rollers, and they have different devices that can clear minefields, bandolier torpedoes, and the combat engineers. There's a lot of different things that they can use, but I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind using the prisoners that are shooting at us. You know,
hell no, fuck them, fuck them. You want her to die and go see Allah and all that shit? Fine.
What's riskier, having death row inmates check for mines, or bringing more Afghan civilians in as police officers and fucking soldiers so they turn around and kill our fucking guys?
Yeah, you know, I say it all the time. People laugh, but when you watch these lockup shows, but how about Locked Up in the United States, or those horrible guys that throw shit and everything at the jailers? Yeah, but they're never going to get out, and they're all nuts.
Right.
Ship their fucking asses overseas, and if they get loose, they get to live in fucking Syria, wherever the fuck.
Fine.
Let them.
We'll build you a mud hut of your own in the middle of Afghanistan. There you go. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And people go, well, that you can't do that. Why not? I mean, we're going to spend all that money and shit. Let them. I'd love to see a guy running, pulling his skirt up, the Muslim skirt, hoping he doesn't get blown up, something like that.
Tiptoeing.
And then right when he thinks he's safe, and some soldiers come behind him and push him back out there in the middle, just when he thinks he made it, So, all right, the man that used bacon for currency. Garrett, this has got to be some sort of a advertising bit or something. Right?
You're correct.
Did he use bacon as currency? Like he'd go into a store and he'd give him bacon, and they would give him something back?
Yeah. A company came out with a new type of bacon, or thick cut bacon or something, and they just.
When you need to know what the bacon, what's bacon cost?
This
$4 or $5,
$9. It's like thick cut.
It's the thick cut, the extra thick.
Oh, well, you could buy a lot of stuff with that.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Well, you give me $9 worth of bacon, I'd give you something. All right, the man who used bacon for currency is next.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Jay Thomas.
What a ridiculous way to start a day. Jay Thomas. Power 101.
Many people say, what could this butt chugging do to you eventually? Let's go to line 2, please, and you will hear a confession from a butt chugger. Yes, sir. What has it done to you, the butt chugging?
Jay, I've been butt chugging for years, and I'm perfectly fine.
There you go. So for those of you out there, let that be a warning to you. Let's go to Joshua Sankey. Joshua, welcome to the show. Go to baconbarter.com.
Hey, Sanka.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure. By the way, Josh is doing this crazy bacon thing, but, you know, Josh is one of the fraternity here. You were in Kevin Smith's Zach and Miri Make a Porno, weren't you, in that movie?
Yeah, I got cut out of it, so.
Oh, you got cut out of it?
I was in the deleted scene, so I got cut out of a porno, you know.
So that fat hunk of shit Kevin Smith cut you out of it, huh?
No, he's a good guy, man.
I know.
I had a blast, man.
What did you do on Saturday Night Live? Were you in one of the skits in Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, I did a pre-tape sketch a couple years back with Alex Baldwin and a bunch of other people. It was really, really funny. It was like a pre-tape one that was
and how soon did they cut that one out?
No, I made that one.
Oh, you got that one.
Yeah.
All right, good.
So here you are banging around, and they come to you and they go, you will go around the country with packs of bacon, and you'll use the bacon for money, right?
Right, exactly. That was the whole thing. Basically, they wanted to see if somebody could legitimately barter it away from New York to LA in 14 days with, you know, Oscar Mayer's butcher's thick cut bacon. Like, I didn't have any cash, didn't have any credit cards, 3,000 pounds of bacon, and so I had to just, you know, use my charm and finagling skills to get places to stay and food and everything. I mean,
so you pull up in a van, and does it say Oscar Mayer on the side of the van?
Yeah, it was a pickup truck hauling like a big refrigerated trailer, and you know, I had all this bacon in there. And what really blew it up was Twitter, because once the social media picked it up, it just got crazy. People were just, I mean, I couldn't control it because they tweeted me so much that they wanted us to come everywhere, and so it was.
Now,
wild.
did you pull up to like a cheapy motel, like a Days Inn, or did you try to stay in a fabulous hotel? Like for, you know, $200 a night or something like that, and you'd use lots and lots of bacon for the nice hotel.
Well, you don't know me, Jay, but I'm a very, very classy guy, so I had to shoot for the moon.
How much bacon?
Dr. Sanka, is turkey bacon considered counterfeit money?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to launder it.
Now, wait a minute. How much bacon did you give the hotel to stay in the hotel? How much bacon did you use?
Well, it all kind of varied. Like, I stayed on people's couches for, like, I mean, probably 40 or 50, like, bricks of bacon. It's like bricks, like 22 ounces. And then,
now, what is it like to stay in a person's, like a regular person?
Stranger.
Yeah, and their asses have been on the couch. Yeah, I mean, come on, why didn't you stay in a fucking hotel? Come on.
Well, that's the thing, how it varied. It was like when we started out, it was, you know, we're sending these tweets out, we're going, and we're like, oh yeah, you can crash in my place. And once it picked up steam, you know, all of a sudden I ended up staying at Penn Jillette's mansion in Vegas for 200
Oh, you did?
bricks of bacon. Yeah, it was a
How many bricks did you give Penn Jillette?
That was 250.
That's
with his
Penn
podcast.
Jillette's mansion.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it was like
Penn Jillette took 250 packs of the bacon off of you. That's
yeah. Yeah, it's like it was crazy because, like I said, I don't know these people. They don't know me. So when it started, you know, it's a big trust factor. It's like, you know, I'm going to their house. They're allowing me in. We're swapping bacon. But I don't know them. They don't know me. But the way it happened, everybody was just really, really cool. And we're just, you know, rapping about life, having a good time. And I didn't feel like unsafe or anything. And, you know, it was just like, hey, Josh is an old friend all of a sudden.
Dr. Skank, do you know how hard it is to shove bacon into a penny slot?
Yeah, he only played. Now listen, did you meet Penn Jillette? Did he fry the bacon for you?
Yeah, well, we met him. The way it kind of happened was one of his wife's friends was following the tour, got in touch with her, and he got in touch with him, and got us like VIP tickets to the show, and then talked to him after, and just was bartering with him, just talking with him. He's like, I'm like, hey, I'm doing this bacon tour. He's like, oh yeah, I know the bacon guy. I'm like, hey, all right, cool. And I'm like, well, any kind of hooked up in Vegas you can maybe put me in line with? He's like, why don't you just crash at my place tomorrow or tonight? I was like, you got to be kidding me, right?
Was it one night?
Yeah, it was one night.
So it cost you $2,200 in bacon.
It's math. I don't know the money.
Now wait a minute. Did you try and get laid using bacon? Huh?
Do hookers take bacon in
I'll
Vegas?
tell you what. Hold on a minute. There's a newscaster in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Right.
Her name is Jennifer Livingston, and I'm wondering how much bacon it would take to get old Jennifer to.
She'd probably kidnap you and sodomize you with bacon in the back of a van.
Jay,
I know you couldn't do that.
Or is this one of your, how do you know Jennifer?
No, it's a woman that got an email about how fat she was, and then stopped her whole television show. Yes, what is it, Ira?
I do this all the time. I just ignore it. I put them in fat mail.
Ira, what is it?
This interview is going much better than the last bacon interview you did.
Really? Well, Joshua, are you done with it now? Is it over with the bacon thing?
Yeah, we got for now. It was like a 2-week thing. I ended up in L.A. Last Sunday. We had like a big rap party on the beach, and so I've just been chilling in L.A. just working on my tan, getting some things moving out here.
I would keep this off of your resume. It's fun to talk about for a few minutes, but baconbarter.com, and Josh Sankey used bacon. Did you get rid of all the bacon?
Yeah, we pretty much used it all. I mean, it just, like I said, once it took off, it was crazy. It was just
for gasoline. No, wait a minute. You'd pull into a gas station and use bacon for gasoline?
Yeah, pulled in, and people, before I even get out, they're like, hey, I heard about you online, Josh. You want to barter? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, I need gas. And so they would come up, and then some guy got a tattoo in Louisville for bacon. It was crazy.
What's the coolest thing you got with the bacon?
Good times.
Jesus Christ.
If I ever see you, I'm going to punch you for giving me that answer.
You know what? You can't. No, you can't tell the truth because it's Oscar Mayer and all that shit. But man, if I was doing it, we would have bought pot,
like an 8-ball. Like if I just
we'd
have
got.
Ball with bacon.
Oh, you play pool? You play pool? 8-ball? Okay, all right.
No, we would have.
Dr. Swine, how much bacon do I need for a hand job for my girl this time?
He can't say any of that.
I don't think we have enough for that.
Hey, Dr. Sankey, listen, I would like bacon, lettuce, and tomato on club with a nice cup of Sankey.
It's not a waiter, Ira.
All right. Thank you very much, Joshua. Joshua Sankey, baconbarter.com. Ira, do you ever think that sometimes you might hurt the interviews by the shouting?
I don't.
No, he doesn't think
You
that.
never think that you hurt the interview.
No,
I'm in the middle of an interview trying to squeeze. I think you do sometimes.
Never.
You are positive that everything you say is enjoyed.
Great.
You're positive everything is great.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not so sure about that.
Ooh. I get a lot of comments from people.
Where do you get these comments? On your smartphone?
They all love the show. They all love the Ira.
The Ira.
The big eye man?
That's right, Jay.
All right, there you go.
Everybody is going to call up in the next 10 minutes. Ira is the best.
No, let's not do that.
Jay,
not do
this guy should know I've been getting paid with pretzels for years now.
There you go. All right. Al, take us out of here. We'll be right back.
Come on, Al. Please. This is the Jay Thomas Show. We make little people big people.
Actually, I didn't really mean anything I just said.
Howard 101.
Football is a game of strength. The best of the best step on the gridiron every Sunday. Men of guts and determination. Men of intelligence.
And upon review, the ruling on the field
is football character guy. His feet weren't on the white part of the grass thingy, but the ball was good. No catch. Tie goes to the runner. Touchdown.
America salutes and remembers the replacement refs.
That's right. Wow, that's Furlot and Shawnee together, isn't it?
Worlds colliding, Jay.
Wow. Congratulations to Denver Broncos linebacker Joe Mays. He says he will not change his style. He is suspended for 1 game, will not be playing this weekend, and he has been fined $50,000 for the hit on Houston quarterback Matt Schwab. He knocked his helmet off. And do you all know the story of what else he did besides knocking?
No.
Okay, let's go around the horn. He has been suspended for 1 game. He knocked his helmet off, and he knocked something else off. Gianna, what do you think it was? Joe Mays is suspended. He hit the quarterback. The helmet came flying off, and something else came flying off. What was it?
An earring.
An earring. His earring came flying off. Shuli, what do you think it is?
His cup.
His cup flew out of his...
That's how hard he hit him. His helmet and cup.
Knocked his dick in the dirt, literally.
Yeah.
Ira the weatherman, what do you think beside the helmet?
He lost his pants. His pants fell down.
His pants fell down.
His
Very
panties
detailed.
fell down altogether.
All right, thank you. A simple... Well, not yes and no, but a simple answer. Garrett, what do you think it is? Garrett, helmet came off. What else?
And he made him shit his pants.
Ooh. And he shit his pants. Okay.
Damn,
Matt Schwab's helmet and a piece of his ear.
Damn. What's
That's what it says. It says a piece of his ear went flying.
Could have been the earring. Maybe it helped cut it up.
You know what? You are close. Maybe that was it. Garrett, how could a piece of his ear fly off?
Lose his piece of ear. Yeah, it's an illegal hit.
Now that's a hit.
Jesus. Was there an earring attached to his earlobe or something? And piece of an ear. That's great radio, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like...
It's like sitting with your uncle. Uncle Jim, what is it, Jim?
Right?
Well, I'm reading this article here.
Yes, an earring seems to have taken off a chunk.
Was it the earring?
It looks like it's all bloody where there's would be an earring.
But ladies and gentlemen, Gianna, the final. Wow, it's unbelievable. And now it's time for news behind the news. A little while ago, we discussed Jennifer Livingston of Channel 5.
Poor Jennifer.
In La Crosse, Wisconsin. Is that the only channel she works on, Ira? Is she only on Channel 5, the overweight woman?
Yes, she is. Yes, she should be on Channel 6.
5 and 6 at the same time?
Yes, she's
That's
on
right.
Channel 5.
And sometimes
News,
a little
Jay,
on 6.
And
yeah.
just so you know, she's
Right.
so big, she's
Yeah.
on Channel 6.
Also,
News
there
a
you
little
go.
as well.
All right, thank you very
Now,
much. Yes?
I don't
No,
want
no.
her. You can have her. She's too fat for me.
Yeah,
Hey,
I know.
she's
All
too
right.
fat for me.
All right, wait a
Hey,
minute.
She's too
No.
fat for me.
It's time now for news behind the news, where we've researched the story that we've given you earlier, and we had the poor overweight woman and her brother's the famous actor from. Is he on Friday Night Lights? That's not the one, right? But I like him, Ron Livingston. He's he was in Swingers and stuff. He's a good actor. So now, Garrett, you've actually found an answer from the guy that supposedly she considers the bully.
Yes, Kenneth Krause.
He sent the email to
He's
the
a
woman,
personal injury lawyer.
Oh.
And he sent an email in response to Jennifer Livingston's.
Mm-hmm.
Fatty 2x4 can't fit through the bathroom door.
He did not send that. Just read a little bit of his boring
greatest email response
answer.
ever.
Of his boring answer email. Just a little bit on it.
Given this country's present epidemic of obesity and the many truly horrible diseases related thereto, and considering Jennifer Livingston's fortuitous position in the community, I hope she will finally take advantage of a rare and golden opportunity to influence the health and psychological well-being of Cooley region children by transforming herself for all of her viewers to
What
see.
is his name?
Kenneth Krause.
Kenneth, she's fat and you're a huge asshole.
He's very fit, though.
There's a picture
I'm sure
of
you
him,
are.
and he's
you're
very
a, you're a huge asshole. And if you come to New York, Shuley will fight you.
What's that, Jay?
Yeah.
I just came back from a cigarette. Well, whatever you say. Yeah, he's right.
Well, you know, the Jewish holidays just passed, and something really unfortunate was found on Amazon. They were selling a jigsaw puzzle that when you put it together, 252 pieces for $24.99, you were left with an image of the Dachau, wait a second, the Dachau ovens of the concentration camp. And Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon, was made aware of it, and they have pulled it down.
Good move.
Unbelievable. Who in the world would want to be putting a jigsaw puzzle together? What is it, Art? What is it?
Jeff and Shawnee working together. That's great. Now, if we can get Gianna and Drew Peterson together.
All right.
Want to go
Shirley,
I'd love to laugh at that. But
Shirley,
I don't know
what I don't either.
I don't know
Shirley,
what
what sort of horrible person would make a jigsaw puzzle
I'm just
out of a
wondering how many
concentration camp?
pieces would, like, is it 6 million piece jigsaw puzzle?
No, it isn't. It's 252
250 pieces.
Here's what I was thinking. If you're going to do something this horrible, you shouldn't have the picture of it on the box.
Let it be a surprise.
Yes. Yes.
So, like,
And
as you're building it, you're
So
just
you-
like, hey, why is the bottom right corner a pile of glasses? Like, what is that? I wonder what we're putting together here.
Or when you finish it in these two ovens, the person yells, I know, it's Papa John's.
Right.
No.
Well,
no,
I don't
no,
think there was
wrong.
a guard tower at Papa John's.
No, it's just, I mean, I guess that's I would imagine, some anti-Jewish group decided, you know.
I think that's coming out of Iran, that jigsaw puzzle.
Don't jump to conclusions.
I would love a jigsaw puzzle of Netanyahu's bomb. I would really enjoy that.
It could be.
What, Ira? Yeah.
I take my martini felching, not stirred. Jay, the other day, after your show on Wednesday,
Yes.
I went to Yonkers.
Right.
Now, I hit on a penny machine.
All right, Ira.
With all the American sevens.
It's the same story
with a
every
triple
time.
with it.
Ira.
$81.
All right.
You could have won like $1 million if it was on any other machine.
I walked out from there with $41 extra. Jay!
Too bad Ira wasn't my boyfriend in Las Vegas.
Why don't you go to Yonkers? Jay!
Did you realize my boyfriend killed himself from gambling $1 million, Ira?
Oh, I don't take $1 million. I take
You know what,
$21,000.
Gianna, do you ever think that it was you?
No, honey. I don't think.
I
I
do.
witnessed it. I read the note. The note didn't say
Because of the
anything.
$1 million?
Yes, the note said he was ashamed.
That's why he killed him.
Of his
He didn't
girlfriend.
well, wait a minute. He didn't have to pay it.
That would be my point.
Yeah.
Could
He
have
didn't
walked
have to-
away and said, fuck you.
No, how did he get $1 million that he could gamble? What a bullshit story.
It's not a bullshit story. He had 4 hotels that gave him $30,000 markers, and they kept extending it.
Not for nothing, but I'm going to kill myself. We talk about this one more time.
Yeah. All you got to do is declare bankruptcy.